program where it follows your movements, and you can set a timer on that key program to do it automatically every 6 hours.
It's too complicated. It's too complicated to do. But if you had a laptop that you could bring to work, if you had a laptop you could bring to work, would that make it more possible, more feasible?
Well, I don't have internet that's good enough for me to stream all this stuff. Plus the amount of stuff that I'm streaming on this computer, I would need a really expensive laptop.
Well, you wouldn't have to cut Twitch. You can just leave Twitch up and running 24/7, and then cut the YouTube.
Then it would have to be a different channel.
You can just research in a remote desktop, and you can do whatever you want from your phone or from wherever.
That's one thing. The only issue I have with the remote desktop is Jolt is like a cybersecurity tech, and he was telling me not to do it because it opens me up to like vulnerabilities and whatnot. He said that it makes it easier.
Yeah, it opens you up to vulnerabilities that you can then close down. So somebody.
Okay, I need to turn off.
B.
I hear Mike shit.
Somebody like him needs
Your
to turn
stream
off
is down.
that feature or that feature.
I
where
reset the
you might
stream.
not know to go turn off or put in a password or secure it a certain way.
I also reset the stream, by the way. Sorry for everyone that was there. But somebody did mention something. Damn, I forgot what they wrote in the stream before. Let me go check. They wrote
Put a disclaimer.
Matches, I do that. So
wait, let
there's a
Trey
lot of
talk.
free
Wait, one at a time. Let's make a rule just for right now, because everyone's talking over each other. If you want to talk, say your name, and then I'll call upon you. So Trigo, go ahead. He's been trying to talk for like 20 minutes. Go ahead.
There's so many ideas that are being thrown out. However, nobody really knows what would stick. And so my thing is, if you're really wanting to give good input for B, go in and search out what are the top 20 crypto channels or the top 50 trading channels in general, and just see how they do it. How do they gain their subscribers? Go to Social Blade and see if their subscriber count is on an uptrend or a downtrend. And then see the ones that are an uptrend, what are they doing that's making their channels successful? And then come back and say, okay, these are suggestions that I found, because we're just throwing shit at the wall, seeing if B will agree to any of these. But at the end of the day, you may have an idea that he agrees to, but it's not a strategy that's actually working in the real life scenario.
You're so smart, Trago. Well said, man.
Let's go.
Yeah,
You
good job,
sold me.
Trigo.
BigBear.com.
I love it.
Big Bear. Can I talk?
You're supposed to call him Big Bear.
And oh, go ahead.
It made
Somebody
me
said
go
anything?
and do it right now. I'm literally doing
Yeah.
it on YouTube.
I agree that you really do need to look into what your competition's doing and see if you can do it a little better. That's going to be the best.
Keep in mind that in this time where everyone's channels are dying, this channel did go up 1,300 subscribers. So there's something right, obviously, happening here, or else no one would be here. No one would be talking.
Right,
You know?
and you should just let it continue and evolve
I'm
as
just
long as
looking
there's
for little
guidance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
what do
you
mean
need
by
to.
your-
I
as
just
long as
look
there's
for
guidance?
Video and Clive.
Yeah.
Just let it be what it
Who's
is.
the
There's
moderator?
nothing
You need to-
you can
just
hang out
look
with
for
video
video
and just let it be what it is. Just let it be what
Who's
it
the
is.
moderator?
There's
You
nothing
need to-
you can
just
hang
look
out
for
with
video.
video
You can just
and
click
let it
like
be what
mod
it
and
is.
you should
Let it
see
be
all
what
the
it is.
Who's the moderator?
videos.
You need to-
You
you have a copy of the mod.
can just click
and
like
let it be
mod
what
and
it
you
is.
should see
Who's
all the
the moderator? You need to have a copy of the mod.
You can just click like mod and you should see all the
Who's the moderator? You need to have a copy of the mod.
You can just click like mod and you should see all the
like down to earth, funny guy. He trades with his wife, but you'll never hear them really talk about religion and politics and all this
And viruses.
Things that and they the cat will come into the video once in a while, funny enough, but and they'll give it like a 5 minute because the YouTube chat goes wild and they're like, oh, focus on your cat for 5 minutes, but they'll never talk about nonsense like we do. But it doesn't mean that things have to dramatically change. Obviously, people are here for a reason as well.
Well, but, there might also be the case where it's like you would have otherwise had viewers. You would have had viewers that otherwise would have enjoyed the content, except for when we start talking about something. Like, so if a viewer comes on and we start talking about like our position, our political position, or our like our opinions on that type of stuff, and it's not their opinion, then they're going to be like, oh, I don't like this content, I'm not going to listen to this channel anymore.
And that's why it should
right. We should have coffee table talks, like between people that are trading together, like at the office. Hey, how was your night? Oh, it was good. I watched it.
Let me just respond to you.
This is Finn 1101000.
Well, Finn, you can talk right after Turbo finishes. Let me just respond to the.
Push to respond.
I'm back. So, on the YouTube, not our crypto. You were saying that like people doing live trades on YouTube are the ones that are the most successful, and I don't think so. I don't think people showing their trades, because those ones usually get taken down, or those channels. I don't know any stocks channel that does that's blowing up, that puts their stocks out live and their positions live. I don't know any of them that do that. And Tame didn't even do that, right? And you're saying that Tame...
But people chart live in the group.
Oh, chart live. Yeah, chart. But he's saying that most successful ones do live trading, including Tames. And I
mean, you could have a derivative of that, I guess, where you're not necessarily having live trading, but you could, mention that you're entering a trade and chart it.
Okay,
like so we do very vaguely, but we do it.
Yes, yeah, but, and they're saying segment for live trading with setups. That would be great, but put a disclaimer. What I'm saying is that I think that gets you taken down if you put your live trades. If that's why no one does it. No one really does it.
You can.
Go ahead.
No, people do it. Check out Weenie Trades one day. He's cool. He does stocks, so it's not really crypto.
Does he post his positions though?
Yeah, he does. He does everything he does live, but he's very quick. So he'll show where he puts. It's. I didn't hear that. Coley, was that you?
Yeah, I was just saying, how many hours did we sit and watch Soto when he was trading live?
Yeah, for sure. And this guy won't trade the entire day. So what he'll do is usually he trades the mornings after lunch. He'll take a break and then maybe power hour at the end.
You know
of the
what
day.
they do different, and I just thought of this. You know what they do different? A lot of them actually pay attention to the YouTube chat, and
yes.
We don't do that. And I really think that's probably in your benefit.
That's the number one thing I was gonna.
We all need to start paying attention to this YouTube chat, and I think that right there, that one little strategy, would help you the most. So everyone on here that's talking should have YouTube pulled up, and if they're talking, they need to look over at that YouTube chat every once in a while and see if somebody's saying something. Maybe they're commenting on a strategy that you're talking about, and they may have a better opinion on it, and they put that in the chat, and you can comment back to them. And guess what? You're actually maybe learning something from one of those traders that are on here too, that just hasn't joined the Discord yet because they haven't went and collected their VFUDs that are constantly dumping over on Twitch.
Yeah, some of us interact with them. Not all the
not all, but anybody who's talking should have that YouTube up. Just because, like I said, I mean, you need to pay attention because they're just like the general. We always got the general up because there's people in there that don't get on the Discord and talk, but we talk to them on the general through the mic.
Okay, so and the other thing was the other guy saying that I should make the Discord free to enter, no BFUDs required. Well, the issue with that is we've done that before, but then the viewership on YouTube and Twitch goes down to 0, and then everyone just joins.
Well, also you also get a lot of people that don't care about this channel that on here, and you screen them out that way by screen out the bull crap people that come on and waste their time.
Cameras as well, yep.
People that come on trying to pump a coin, like you get all that out the way because they're not going to sit here and watch Twitch for 5 days or 3 days to be able to come on here and promote their coin because they got in a bad position.
Yeah, but there's also some people that don't want to go through the process. It's just the way life is these days. Everybody's in a hurry. And I mean, think about it. You have a strong enough foundation in this group that if you did start to have these types of people come in, they'd get taken out.
This one, but and I know you probably don't like the fact of that, but maybe if the people that don't want to sit here and watch it on Twitch like that, then maybe there should be a fee that helps cover some of this expense that you're incurring. I mean, it's not right that you're taking this out of your pocket. You know, it doesn't have to be very much, but whatever could help contribute towards that monthly expense. I think everyone in here would agree to maybe they could pay you to join, you know?
No. I mean, I'm sure even if it's $5 a person.
That's what I'm saying.
That's nothing.
You know what people don't say?
Maybe the speaking role.
I don't.
Well, I hate to say it. Maybe the speaking role has a fee.
People don't like to sit and watch the same conversation for 3 hours straight. I know that.
Which we are doing.
Yes.
But look, a little entrance fee would not be the end of the world, B. At this point, you could definitely move to that. $5 here, $5 there. You get too many people, I swear to you, man, people won't get by me if they're not behaving well. So you can open up your channel. You have some people in here that are here very often. There's a few I can mention, enough to fill at least one of my hands that would have your back for filtering people without having a freaking get off your horse type of, issue, meaning, but doing it in a mature, fair way.
I think making sure people listen for the week is the biggest benefit to new members. They get an idea of how everyone is. Don't get offended if someone says, joking around, like say someone comes in with Elliott waves, say screw Elliott waves. Everyone knows it's kind of a running joke that some people don't like it. So because we've had that where people kind of come in and personality wise doesn't fit. When we were kind of letting people in right away. With this way, I feel like any of the new members we have almost fit into this group perfectly because we have that. I mean, again, it's not too hard to do it. People shouldn't be in a rush to get in here necessarily. There's other ways to communicate and, kind of brings a benefit. And I always like the not charging aspect because people have money, people with patience is what we want in here, right? Everyone needs to have patience in this channel when we're dealing with a community with people all around the world. So someone who doesn't have patience but wants to get in here, well, sorry you can't, but you can listen to YouTube and Twitch anytime you want.
You just hit the nail on the head. And what I wanted to say for the last 2 minutes that I've listened to this conversation is the market rewards patience. So if you don't have the patience to get in, that might not be a good sign. And, just to start, that maybe you shouldn't be rushing into spending money in the market. And the other thing is, no, I'm all for a faster way of getting in. But the other side of it is, if you have the patience to get in, it's kind of going to help you out in the long run.
Yeah, and a lot of teenagers is on Twitch, man. Like, I don't even know anything about Twitch. Like, I don't even watch Twitch, to be honest with you. I hate to say that.
I kind of agree with that too, man. And you know what? Look, although in life at work, I'm like super, super top notch. Like, I always give my most. When it comes to being at home and watching YouTube or doing anything, I would never take the time to do it. I don't even know how. I mean, I do know, I got an invite at the very beginning when there's nobody in the group, but good for me. I deserved it. For the rest of the people, that come upon now into the group, you have to understand there's people in this group that, you know, they're not really going anywhere, and the growth of the channel involves many of us. It's not just B. And just by remembering that and just being respectful, 1, 2, stop trying to do things that are just going to bring popularity to the channel. It's going to do it on its own. Show some respect, and when we get off topic, let's just get back on topic. I mean, I personally talk and talk and talk, but it's mostly about charting when I talk. You know, if people don't want to hear it, they can tell me to shut up, and I shut up. But if it's about religion and stuff, and we can't get a word in, and we're sitting in general, and we're kind of mocking it, and you know, I've been much more in general lately for those reasons, because I can't handle some of the conversations. It's the same way people couldn't handle listening to me.
I like the day comment right here, and it says, "Do you use your Amazon Prime for BFUDs benefits to Discord?" Like, maybe you could set up on Amazon where they could actually buy some BFUDs, you know what I mean? Like digital, or like BFUDs. You wouldn't be considered like an exchange or anything, because they're not getting profit from it, you know what I mean?
So here we go. Most of the stuff about the channel I'm not trying to change. The only thing that I really would like mostly to change is, because first of all, I just want to say, not everyone has to have the same content to be successful, right? Like, you guys, I listen to you guys when I'm not on. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the YouTube listeners. I like listening to this shit. This is interesting and fun to me, right? So the content is there, and the, you know, the entertainment side of it is there, because it is entertaining listening to you guys, right? So for the most part, I like the channel the way it is. It's just a couple of things that I would like to try to aim for, at least now. And I'm open to suggestions, but the things that I'm aiming for right now are, 1, just engagement with the audience, YouTube and Twitch, especially Twitch, because it shows all the time a first-time viewer, and by the time I get to the Twitch, they're already not watching anymore, right? So that's 1, the first-time viewer thing. Just talk to the people on Twitch, talk to people on YouTube.
But they're still really not involved. That's the problem. There's your key problem. Okay, look,
what?
We talk, and we have the option of writing what we want in general. Correct? So we can go back and forth, but we're also being heard amongst ourselves on Discord, and people can hear us on YouTube, but it stops there. They have the same experience. They can write, but most of the time they're waiting. So yes, 1 interaction would be great, an enhancement in that. But the key thing is that maybe lower the BFUDs, or like I said, if people want to voice their opinion, be able to join, I don't think you should worry about how many people are going to be left on the YouTube channel, because it's a cycle. People are in and out anyways, and you're going to just get more people, because the option of being able to be heard, some people have super smart things to say in the YouTube chat, and
yes,
and the ones that don't will be taken out.
Yeah, but a refute to that is the people that are actually want to be here and don't, like, there's a guy that just messaged me right now, and he's the same guy before that was saying I should let him on the stream. He has his own YouTube channel, and he's trying to promote it. He's the guy that I was making fun of with the O face, and he was like, "Hey, I want to be the face of your channel." And obviously,
so
he's doing that.
So filter them out. It's easy. There's lots of us. Send us content during the day. Send us things. Send me things.
If I remove people, right, that are malicious, that I think are malicious or bad for the channel, or just want to be here for one thing or another, if someone likes them, they're gonna get upset once they're in here.
That's
right?
Okay. It's okay. Who cares? So you have less dead air and more conversation on the side about, not forget the dead air. Look, you don't have 400 people waiting to get into the Discord. Okay? You have right now, for example, you have 27 people watching, probably 10 of us. And the truth is that it's a cycle. You're bringing in new blood. You want to have that.
But it's not. When it goes to zero, when the viewership goes to zero and no one's watching, then I don't get picked up by the algorithm anymore. So I need some people to be there waiting, delay for the new people to come in, then new people join, and new people come in.
Mm-hmm.
The system works okay because there's a guy in here that just posted in general. He's been here for 4 weeks and he already has 200,000 BFUDs. 200,000, and the goal is only 30. So, it doesn't take that long.
What if it was 15? Put it back to 30.
I do discounts. But that's what I'm saying. The issue isn't the people coming in here. Like right now, no one can talk because everyone's talking over each other. Imagine that issue times 10, because everyone could just hop in here whenever they want, right? So the point is to keep it somewhat, find a healthy spot where people are joining and able to join, but they have to sacrifice.
Can't be afraid of what can be. You can only be afraid of what you haven't experienced.
You could expand to multiple channels.
But I don't think the issue is the Discord.
No multiple channels. Oh, you mean like different Discords? No, like different YouTubes? We need to stay... Oh, yeah, but... The point is get the people here.
Go back to the beginning. Watching. Like the issue isn't growing Discord
and a fundamental channel for all the crazy crap, and all the crazy crap will stay there, and the TA one will stay clean.
No, because you divide the community, and it's just gonna lead to shit. That's why every other channel fucking failed. So, the Discord is not the issue. I'm not saying that the Discord is dying, because it's not. Everyone's here tripping over themselves to talk. The issue is wanting to grow quicker, right, on YouTube.
Why?
Because it's a goal of mine. I want to grow, and if I'm spending money on licensing for music and Streamlabs and
most
Twitch,
businesses lose money the first year, first of all, and I consider you a businessman at this point. You have a steady job, knock on wood. You need to take advantage of that. Don't let.
No, I am. I'm working, and this isn't getting in the way of my job.
And so
I'm just trying to grow it.
Yeah.
Let me jump in here.
Sometimes you want to try to grow a flower quicker, but you end up burning it. You have to let it develop, and you'll see that there's a reason for everything. At the moment, you don't have the more time to invest. Therefore, if it does grow, maybe it'll slack more without you wanting it to. So you need to grow at the same rate. And I think that at the rate it's at now, it's not so bad, man. You've got, 1.3K subscribers, 1.35. I mean, think about where we were, what is it, like 6 months ago?
Yeah, but the streams keep getting demonetized. 90% of them are demonetized, right?
Okay, so why?
Because yeah, go ahead, OG.
It's a goal of his. It's not really about the money or whatever. It's B has a thing where, a lot of people do. Like, if he sets a goal and wants to do it, he's not happy until it's done the way he visioned it. And it don't matter like what else he does or whatever. You got to get to that goal and finish it before you can move on to the next one. Is kind of what I'm seeing. And Rock Chimp says use water on flowers, not fire, Jay.
That's awesome. Listen, B, I'm gonna print you. I'm just for fun. I'm gonna print you some B stickers with your logo, with your address on it. Give me an address. Send me your YouTube. Like if somebody had to go, how would they go? Just a simple address, and I'm gonna send them to you. And I want to start slapping them on everything.
It might be easier for me to make them because international shipping is
make me. Oh, well, dude, it's an envelope. It's weighs nothing. I'll pay for it. I don't care. I'll help you out like that. My buddy has this is what he does. It's called Covered Media. He does all kinds of stuff like this. My best friend. I could get him to print me a sheet with like 1,000 of those stickers on it, and you could just
put them everywhere.
Just put them everywhere. There's nothing wrong with that.
Go ahead, OG. He's trying to talk too.
No, I was just agreeing. But like all the suggestions are cool and all, but I think he wants suggestions like can make what this is work instead of like changing it. I don't think he's trying to change it. I think he wants to make what's here better because this was his vision or idea. That's what he was going for, kind of thing.
And I don't mind all the suggestions. All the suggestions are useful, but just understand that that's what I'm trying to do to improve this and understand what my targets are. Right? I'm literally not the one trying to change everything. All I ask for is a little bit less cursing, not talking about controversial topics, and to be a little bit more attentive to the Twitch and YouTube. And those are not things that you have to do. You don't have to go on Twitch or YouTube. Like, I don't pay you. Except for the Galaxy Ticket people, I do pay you. But besides the other people, it doesn't matter. And the point is, like, I want this thing to grow. It's just a goal of mine. I want it to grow, and obviously I want to make money as well. And I've kind of made a promise to the people that are invested in Galaxy Tickets. So, in
my book, we're winning.
I'm going to eat.
I agree.
Like, this is winning because everybody else is losing. You're still getting more people.
Yeah, I'm just trying to improve it slightly and figure out how to make it better. And making small videos, I agree. That's definitely a major one. We don't have to talk about like 2 hours for making small videos because I already know that one. So,
and you got to think about what the reason everybody's here. Like, that's what we need to.
More of idiot wave videos.
Elliot Wave videos, just pure Elliot Wave Discord. Screw everything else.
Idiot Wave.
It's for the week.
If you can't talk about, you got to just talk about Elliot Waves, and that's it. If you talk about anything else, you're kicked.
And then you can change it to something else, like different patterns next week or some other BS.
Well, it used to be like that. We used to as it would progress, it would be like a new thing that we picked up, and then everybody would follow it, and the whole group would follow it, and then it'd get old. And then somebody pick up something else, and then get passed around the group, and everybody follow it, and they get old. And then something else, and then something else, and
well, let's make a video for each thing that we've been passing around the group.
I think making that last hour, like a dedicated time, to make it like from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock about TA, because that's when the most people are tuned in. I think that would be okay.
Right, that's when the market's closing and all. It's perfect time. Maybe something in the morning too. Well, the other market.
I think it would help, if we did have those segments, or at least one segment where we tried to focus mainly on TA, like whether it be stocks or like stocks and then shifting into crypto. I think that will draw more of an audience. Like people have to be motivated to actually, come and watch the video and listen to the content. And coming and just listening to us talk about whatever, maybe some people like that, but when people type in crypto, they want to hear people talk about crypto. Or when people type in TA or live TA, they want to see and hear people giving live TA.
Yeah, but right now there's no TA to give. There's no TA to give right now. Like, literally, the market is in the same spot as this morning, and it barely moved.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The segments, you can cut up those segments and then just be like, okay, well, then we'll upload just like that video that's like 3 hours every day. Like, you know what I mean?
Hey, YouTube, why are you here? Why do you say
it will be the time of most traffic in the market, like right before the market closes, and then like we shift on over into crypto.
I gotta go.
And then tell them, hey,
leave your comments.
And then tell them, hey, look, like if you want to, continue following, go head over to Twitch, go collect your BFUDs, and if you collect your BFUDs, you can get into the Discord and talk to us if you have questions or whatever, or if you want to contribute to the group, you can come talk to us. Like, I think that would give people more incentive to come actually view the channel.
So YouTube, why are you here? What do you want to hear?
What do you want?
No, I don't know. Pretty much. I've been told
honestly, the group is great. The group is great. I think I agree with B more. The
interaction with the YouTube chat. That would help a tremendous, like small baby steps. You try to implement something big, it's not going to work, it's going to fail. So the baby step would be, please turn on your YouTube, watch while you're talking, and see if somebody comments on what you're talking about.
Great. Live audio during the day. I come here to see if people are having the same thoughts as I am on where the market's going. 1E says, I'm here because everyone here is hella cool and I was around for a while. Katie Beyond the Kitchen says, by the way, this is a conversation has elicited a lot of YouTube interaction. Yeah. This is my radio while doing something. Just noise in the background even is
exactly
good enough reason.
That's exactly right. I mean, that's what I think everybody comes here for is, yeah, there is occasional TA, but they also enjoy the little conversations. I don't think that needs to change. I really agree with B. I think the interaction with the YouTube chat is the huge thing that needs to change. Like, that is the biggest thing. If you're going to be on talk, then you need to be on YouTube, because it's not right that you have an audience that's listening to you talk, and maybe they don't understand something, and they maybe have a question like we do in the general. You see people that don't understand something, they ask a message in the general, and we explain it to them, and we break it down a little bit better for them. We need to do the same thing for our audience over on YouTube.
So 35 people in here is what you can do that.
Some of us can't do that. Like, I'm always on my phone, so like, I'm normally not at home sitting in front of my computer to where I can keep YouTube open and Discord. So I can't talk and read YouTube at the same time because I can't have YouTube open because I don't pay for it.
I typically barely even keep up with frickin' the general chat. Like, I mean, it's tough. There's so many people talking in general. I can't even barely keep up with that. So I mean, having the YouTube open too, it's like, yeah, I mean, I could dedicate time to that, but like also, like, I'm trying to trade as well. Like, trading is what's making me money, not engaging with the YouTube. Like, no offense, like, I'd love to start engaging with the YouTube more, and I will try to do that. And if they're asking for TA on something specific, then yeah, like, I could probably help contribute in that way. But as far as like keeping up with it 24/7 and always engaging with it, like, definitely, like, it would have to be a group effort, you know?
Well, would there be? Is it possible that the actual YouTube chat is streamed in Discord, so you don't have to turn on the YouTube to interact with it? Because I stream my YouTube, so I can't type and interact with YouTube if I'm watching.
Talk though. I mean, here, I got some more to read. Live YouTube is for no more than 4 hours a day. This will keep the OG Discord people from leaving. Order Crypto says few are there that discourage trading, like no, Luna, etc. I don't know. Apple or banana. I enjoy the TA, but true, this is great radio, 100%. Phil D says Samson rings really made me money. His what are they called? Think of it in a minute. I'm here because one day I will finally know what the heck to do. What that neck do. That was on. Tech Jungle says there's no obligation for the Discord members to run the chat section for Twitch and YouTube. This is all up to me. Apple Banana, leaving this one in the background is a great price movement alarm, LOL, most of the time. Fib rings, that's what it was, yeah. Samson's fib rings.
Well, also, people on YouTube, remember that the YouTube, the longer you watch it, the more back it gets. So remember to refresh your screen every now and then, because you could be watching a delay of up to 3 minutes.
Yeah, you gotta make it live.
It's already naturally delayed a few seconds, I think, but if you make sure you keep hitting live, because then you'll be up to date, like completely up to date with the last stream.
Here's a new one. Honest AF says, I want to hear Tay. Get it?
Oh, get it?
Get it?
Get it? Let's see if they care. Hey guys, 3 coins that you invest and don't touch for a long time. Or long term. Measure comes 100% for Samson's recipes. But Mike Evans wants to know 3 coins that you invest in and don't touch for long term. Algo?
Algorand, Polkadot, Cardano.
Everybody forgets about Raven, Harmony, and Ethereum.
XLM.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many. There's just
What's
so
long
many.
term to you?
3. I mean, long term, I mean, you'd have to probably go with Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP.
What's your definition of long term?
And how long are you planning on holding it? And then are you planning on slowly buying in, or are you planning on trying to go in all at once? Like, you got to have a plan.
So most people, I think they were more so inquiring about altcoins, but most people should be holding Bitcoin and Ethereum. A lot of people say do the 50-25-5 rule, which is basically you're saying that your portfolio should be 50% Bitcoin, 25% Ethereum, and then you can choose 5 other altcoins where you put 5%, where you allocate 5% of your portfolio to each of them. So you do 50, 25, 5. So you could have 5 altcoins that you really think are going to be promising projects in the future, and only allocate 5% of your portfolio. The rest goes to Bitcoin and Ethereum. But you can even split it up a little more than that too. Like,
I gotta go. Keep this up.
I'm not looking at YouTube right now, but if anybody else is looking at YouTube and they have people asking questions or whatever, then bring it up, please. I mean, BNB is going to be doing some big things. Like, they're one of the biggest exchanges. Like, Binance is the biggest exchange in the world. So, I mean, that's also a promising one for a large cap. XRP, when they get done with this court case, a lot of good things have been spoken about them. Also, I already mentioned XLM. I think that's a very promising project. I mean, crypto.com, this one's still kind of speculative, but crypto.com, they have their own exchange token called CRO, and exchange tokens are typically pretty bullish. They also got KuCoin with KCS, so those are just a few to look into. Not that I heavily, support or promote them, but I do hold them myself. But yeah, the more
jobs, didn't it?
For the more promising altcoins, I mean, I definitely hold the more promising altcoins that I believe in the most would definitely be Cardano, Algorand, and Polkadot. Atom is definitely a big one for me. I think Atom is going to do great in the future. I think that's a good long-term hold. Cosmos, Atom, and what else do we got? I mean, a lot of people, I'm not a huge fan of Solana, but a lot of people seem to believe in Solana as well. And that's kind of connected to the FTX exchange because Sam Bankman-Fried, the owner of FTX, he really loves Solana a lot. And I think he's connected to it, affiliated to it in some sort of way.
Near.
Yeah, for the mid or lower caps, like you've got your things like Near and also Quant. I've heard a lot of really good things about Quant, QNT. But I mean, I'm sticking with typically my long-term holds. Also, another one that I forgot to mention, which is really one of my favorites, which I really believe and I think is really going to do very well, is Matic. Matic, I think, is a great coin, and I think definitely holding some Matic, you would definitely benefit from holding a good amount of Matic.
I put an announcement in announcements, by the way, just letting people know.
Cool, thanks, B.
I just want to say we can't make this too much like a job, man. And it's gonna just lose its appeal completely.
Expect this. You're the only one that wants the controversial topics. That's all I'm asking for. Even the cursing, I didn't say nobody could curse. I just said just try not to.
What I'm asking for is for you to not berate people publicly all the time.
That's not getting the channel taken down. And berating people. When does anyone berate people? The one time that it happened, I banned the person from the Discord.
I literally had to turn off the Discord this morning
because people were saying what about you?
Oh, it's great that you have the freedom to be able to leave whenever you want, right?
No, but what were people saying about you? The one time that I thought it crossed the line was when the specific person this week went on that tirade, and they got removed for it. They got banned, and that's if it's that level, I understand, but I haven't seen a level where I need to ban anyone. Like, if it happens and it's extreme expectancy, you can always just tell me, send me a timestamp and tell me when, and I'll go back and I'll listen.
How about last time I hung up
Whoa.
on you?
Somebody got banned?
Last time I had to hang up on you? I think it was last night or this morning. I told you, you said you have no freedoms in Discord. I'm like, well, I have the freedom to turn off my headphones. Remember that? I want you to go back and listen to yourself. Listen to yourself, the way you came across.
Yeah, I was telling you, Expectus, that this is not...
Anybody that was listening on YouTube, I want you to think about how you came across.
I understand how I came across, and I was explaining to you, you were telling me that you have the freedom of speech, and I was telling you, in this Discord, you do not. This is, it's my personal Discord. If I ask you to not talk about something, then you don't talk about it, just like that other person.
I had already agreed on that, but you kept going.
Nope, you didn't.
Stefan away.
Stefan kept asking you to stop arguing, and you kept going. And then that's when I went on the rant.
You guys sound like a married couple.
I'll pull your tongue out.
And I don't think it was... I don't think I was extreme to you. I don't think I don't think I said anything insulting to you. I didn't insult any of your characteristics, your personality, nothing.
No. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying politically you came across like a neo-Nazi.
Yeah, but that's fine. It's literally, if a company owner wants to be strict about his company, he can do so.
Yeah, this isn't a dictatorship, it's a dictatorship.
Expectus, he allows you in the Discord. End of story.
What the hell did somebody do to get banned?
We're not going to talk about it.
Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar.
I'm just saying, that's impressive, because I didn't think it was possible here.
Expectus, I do like you, dude. I'm very much an Expectus fan. I feel like I've treated you fairly quite often. I even sent you a DM before I talked to anybody about it. I asked you.
Blueberries, it's all blueberries, bro. That's good.
Okay, all right, blueberry.
Hey, Expectus.
Don't be mean to Expectus.
Look at my spaghetti chart.
Hey, Expectus.
Don't be mean to Expectus. Go ahead.
What?
I love you. Like, I love you, dude.
I love you too, man.
I love you.
I love you, brother.
Hey, Expectus. Hey, Expectus.
What?
Dude, could you please stop sending me those headshots with the top hat and the little cane next to it?
What?
What?
I said, can you please stop sending me those head pics with the top hat on and the little cane sitting next to it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I love Crazy Fool, too. Crazy Fool. I love you.
Think about that.
I love you.
I love everyone here.
I tried to think about it. It hurts my brain. Explain.
I even tried to change Crazy Fool's name one time to Expectus or something like that.
I think you're talking about Levels Tech.
But yes, I apologize if I sounded like a neo-Nazi earlier, but I was just trying to explain to you that like the freedom of speech and stuff doesn't work here, because I explained to you in text. I have the freedom to post whatever I want on YouTube, but YouTube has the freedom to demonetize.
I love you, Graybeard.
So
I love you, B.
Thank you. I love you too. So that's basically it. I just want this thing to grow, and I don't want to keep getting demonetized. So that's basically it.
I'll tell you the best way to get monetized is record 15 minutes a day.
I don't have time for that, dude. I really don't have time for that. I really
have a lot
don't.
of love to give.
Hey, I did find a new coin that I like.
All right, I gotta go. I will see you guys in a bit.
It's called Phoenix. It's PHNX is the ticker, and it's only on a couple exchanges. and it's been running sideways now for like a couple months.
I love you, Bear.
I'm just telling you guys something like you may want to look into.
Wait, was that Bear?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I thought it was OG.
Nah, it's Bear. But for real, you guys may want to look into this.
Love you, OG.
Remember my XYO call on, but PHNX is the ticker. It's only on a couple exchanges.
Thanks, Ben.
And on KuCoin right now, it's paying a really freaking good daily interest rate. Or not KuCoin, CoinX. It's paying a pretty good interest rate right now.
Jules.
Yes.
Yep. But
I love you, Jules. Hey,
I love you, Qui-Gon.
I love you, Jules.
It's actually doing really good too. Like I bought it yesterday, and it's only up 3.5%. But I think it has a pretty good potential behind it. It is linked to the Ethereum chain.
I love you, Bear.
I love you guys too. That's why I'm here. Y'all my family. You know this.
I love you, BTS.
Oh, thank you. I love you, Expectus.
Can't believe Expectus didn't get the little top hat comment.
Is B still there?
Yes. Yes, mother. Is there a monocle involved in that top hat and cane?
Expectus, you didn't hear me?
It has a little mushroom tip.
Who else needs to hear I love you?
Need a hug. Coley.
Me.
Coley.
Me, no homo.
I love you, Coley.
Love you, Coley.
No homo. Me.
We all love Jolt, man.
Me.
I think if we all shout for Jolt,
I already said I love you, Big Bear.
I think if we all shout for Jolt,
We love you, OG.
love you too.
Love you, OG.
Love you too, Mr. Graybeard.
No.
I love you, Qui-Gon.
Oh, I love you, Randall.
So, let me get this straight. So, from now on, that may or may not affect the markets or move the markets in any kind of way, we're not allowed to talk about it.
No, the guideline is if you see a news article, a legitimate news article from a reputable source, you bring it up, you post it in general, you come in, you mention the article, you say, hey, this article I found, you read the headline, just mention the headline, and then say I posted it in general if you want to go check it out.
Love you, Wormser. Love you, Booger.
You don't give your own opinion on it, or you don't go too far in depth about into speculation as to what it means or what it's going to mean for the long term, or how people like we gotta stay off of the conspiracy stuff, like for a while at least.
Okay, so what just happened was conspiracy, because I literally saw it everywhere I looked.
What do you mean?
Exactly.
I mean, the thing is, if you got a reputable source, not just your own opinion, that's fine, and bring it up, and then like maybe we can discuss it after reading the article ourselves, or like you could even read the article.
No, that's not what it is at all. You have to go through and look.
We can't go full tinfoil hat on anything.
No, that's not what it is at all. There's certain keywords and certain things you cannot say.
Okay, yeah, but
make a hat out of aluminum foil. That was like a Weird Al song. That was really good.
It does not matter how factual it is if it's against or if it's one of those terms or one of those phrases that they're against.
And that's why I said
to look and see what you're allowed on YouTube.
I think
the algorithm
just nerfed part of this Discord that attracted people.
We can't like say any of the keywords that are going to trigger anything. Like, I mean, I think it's all right to bring up an article. Like I said earlier, we shouldn't be talking about like government agencies and entities and stuff unless it is in the context of something that has to do with trading. So if you're talking about regulation, the SEC, bring in some sort of regulation, you have an article about it. That's fine. But we can't just bring up.
Sorry, I thought you were going to the song.
We can't just bring up topics and then discuss them and give our own opinions that may or may not be factual, and mention things and people and organizations and entities. We can't go doing that like we have to be careful about how we mention it and the context in which we mention it. We can't be going and bringing up our own opinions on the matter, like, or going too far in depth with the opinions on our matter and the conspiracies and tinfoil hat stuff. Now, also another thing is, like, yeah, Matt just said the keywords. Like, we can't talk about certain topics, like, you know, like sexual orientation and gender and stuff like that. And
we're talking about why aren't you gay, or why are you gay? Why are you gay?
Yeah, the virus, anything having to do with the virus, anything, you know, having to do with like
coronavirus was made in a lab in Wuhan.
Your own political stance shouldn't be discussed because that can turn off viewers, not even just the algorithm.
Fuck the left. I mean,
you can bring up the government if it has to do with an article that's within the context of trading. But you can't just go on for hours about how the government what kind of tinfoil hat conspiracy theories are going on.
Right now.
Don't tread on me. Taxation is theft. I don't trust the government because of the gay frogs.
Kiss of who feels free?
They got him.
Hey, I'll tell you one thing, man. If I ever do something bad and I go to prison, I'm gonna identify as a female.
Did you see that recent article?
Think that would work?
Yo, I heard TikTok pays more than YouTube.
They do, man. I'm trying to point him at TikTok.
I know. Why don't we just move it to TikTok and you don't got to worry about any of this crap anymore?
Because you can't stream for like, you know, 24/7.
Once you get 1,000, you can.
Yes, you can.
I'm like one person away from having 1,000 people.
All right. Well, in any case, I'm only saying this, and I'm bringing this up because B had a discussion with all of us, and he asked us to try to be more careful with the language that we're using. So before we start bringing up those topics, I figured I should just throw down some guidelines. It would be better if we were to just try to limit our talk, how we do things, like when we're talking about a certain topic, you know, limit it so that we're not going too overboard with that topic. You know what I mean? Because that will, just for the time being, I'm not saying like forever, but for the time being, until we discover what is actually getting the videos taken down and what's getting them demonetized. If we give YouTube no ammo to work with and no reason to bring down their videos, then they won't bring them down. That's all I'm saying. So just for the time being, let's try to talk, like, let's just try to be careful with how we talk. Even if we have an opinion about something, bring it into the general chat if you want to express it.
No, let's do it let's sing instead.
I don't need a lecture.
Like, Qui-Gon, for real, sing me something. Serenade us.
Honestly, like, I wish we had a separate room that we was allowed to go to once in a while.
You can go to your room.
Yeah, we discussed that as well.
Like, us
apparently that's not something that's going to happen.
Awesome, but I know YouTube would die. Like, people would go switch. Like, I know it would.
There's already enough dead air here.
I've noticed that it's already dying because when we can't talk about what we want to talk about in any way, everybody feels like they're walking on eggshells. Nobody really comes in and talks anyway. Like,
I come in very often because it's really hard.
It's dead. Like, dead.
I come in very often because it's kind of hard for me to, like, I've been trying to bite my tongue and stuff, but it just slips every once in a while. So I kind of stopped coming on as much. Like, I'll listen more than anything.
B asked us to be more careful, so, like, just show him some respect and some respect to his channel by trying to be more careful.
It's his
B needs to get somebody to go through the
Got him. We fucking got him.
Lil Harambo sold everything. We're going up.
So that mean BTC going down? I miss my soundbites.
Have you not seen my hold on.
Every third word Expected says it is bleeped out.
corn dog or cornbread.
I'm not trying to get super strict. I think just everyone should have some sort of idea of everyone by now should have an idea of what the keywords, what the typical keywords that would trigger the YouTube algorithm would be. So if you respect being his channel and all the effort that he puts in, all the work and time and effort that he puts into keeping it running, like out of his own pocket, then I mean, why not just be kind enough to respect him since he gives us all a place to go?
Well, there's ways to beat the algorithms, you know?
Yeah, I guess so.
And don't let YouTube be the man.
I mean, essentially, you could...
If we want to talk about something new and maybe clear, then, we could talk about something new.
I mean, essentially, you could even talk about whatever you want as long as you word it properly and you don't use any trigger words. If you just, if the way you'd say it is kind of, secretive, but still getting the point across without saying anything.
Exactly. New, clear.
new, clear topics.
What about that co-bed? The bed for two people? The co-bed?
Are you talking about COVID, that thing that was made in a lab in Wuhan, China?
I'm not sure you can say that, but I think you can say pandemic.
I'm pretty sure you can say co-bed.
By the way, that was called sarcasm. I'm convinced we need to have a sarcasm font. I thought about I always think about it in HTML speak. You should do the open brackets, and sarcasm, and then say whatever you're saying, and then a closed / sarcasm.
Love you.
It's not us that's trying to censor everyone, and it's not us that's trying to stop freedom of speech. It's YouTube that just doesn't want to put up with the controversial stuff, and also our viewers. If we want to get more viewers, and we're talking about a controversial topic that they disagree with, they're not going to listen anymore.
You heard me expect this?
No.
Love you, bro.
You too, man.
You be my friend now?
Girl, I will bend you over. But I've been chill with you.
Alright, man. I love you, man. I want to give you a big hug.
I'm that guy that if you disrespect him at the bar, you go out to the bar with me, you disrespect me, I'll try to fight you at the bar, and then the next morning I'll smoke a blunt with you.
Suck his dick? Sorry, I mean, do perform a fellatio on him?
Yeah, you missed the beep a little late on that, Juro.
So where's Bitcoin going?
Down.
All right, so then let's have a dirty conversation without breaking the rules. Then
that's impossible.
Sure, you can, because you can talk about all the clinical.
Are you bringing back phrasing, Jules?
What's that? It's all about innuendo. You can use innuendo too, right?
Yeah, phrasing.
Yes.
I gave her the salad shooter.
Yes.
Yeah, nobody wants dead air. Just try to be conscious and try to speak in code. It kind of will make it more fun, honestly.
I'm not a fan of censorship, so I know that I'm not gonna let this bother me, but it's just one of those things that It's never good. Censorship is never good.
No, I totally agree. I'm totally against it too. Like, I am not for censorship and I'm all about freedom of speech. Trust me. Like, like me out of all people, like, I don't want to have to be saying this stuff. I'm just saying for the time being until we figure out what's going on.
I know. We're all on the same page, dude. You don't need to convince anybody.
So what's the hardest topic for you to stay off of, Qui-Gon?
These nuts.
Anything to do with a vagina?
There's a lot of things. I mean, basically, like, there's a lot of things that I think are connected into each other, and,
Sounds like a double negative. I was trying to joke around about how Qui-Gon has never, I don't know, but it didn't work.
It's
never mind.
I was using phrasing to get Qui-Gon into a trap.
It's basically everything that we ever enjoyed. It's basically everything we ever enjoyed talking about. I mean,
Qui-Gon, do you have a girlfriend?
I don't feel like there's anything left.
No, I don't have a committed partner at the moment.
No? You slaying it right now? You like totally hoeing it up? Are you going through your hoe phase?
No, I already did that, but like I have other things going on, and plus I'm like not really focused on that right now. You know what I mean? I still get it when I need to, but like it's not really a big deal for me right now.
Super chat.
I'm more focused on other things.
Do you live in the city?
Super chat.
Super chat.
Do you live in the city? Do you live in Boston?
Not anymore.
Does anybody want to read the super chat?
Super chat.
Forget about YouTube.
Hey there, YouTubes. It's me, B Crypto Live.
Go ahead, Matches. Alright, we got a super chat from B Crypto Live. 199 says, thanks for sticking around, YouTube and Discordians. Yes, thank you, YouTube family and the Discord family, and all the Twitch guys. Shout out to the Twitch guys as
if
well.
Nobody's gonna do it. I'll do it. B Crypto Live. Thanks for sticking around. This is from. Is it from? I'm just kidding. I heard you. I was just trying to mess with you.
All right.
Was that from B Crypto Live?
Yes.
Yeah, he's just
wasting his own money right now.
Yeah.
He paid $1 to let the viewers know that he appreciates them. And that's solid. So yeah, thanks everybody for sticking around, even through all the bull crap.
So the deal with the conspiracy theories is that, like, by the way, I hardly ever go on the YouTube to actually see what people are writing. The deal with the conspiracy theories are people talk about them like they're real and fact, and they never do that preface like, hey, we're talking about like these crazy conspiracy theories, you know what I mean? And I think that's where it gets labeled in that department of bullshit. Number one bullshit guy.
I don't care about the conspiracy.
It's all true.
Just when you're involving the keywords, then it becomes a problem. When you're involving
one of the former first ladies has a bigger wing than I swear.
When you're involving the trigger words in your discussion and then presenting your conspiracy as fact, like that's when it becomes an issue.
The Clintons, they're molesting children at a pizza place.
Oh man!
How'd you know it was Hillary?
You want to know the funniest thing? My son, he's playing on his Oculus right now, and he just thudded the wall. It happens often. It's a crack up.
I don't even think that the conversations that YouTube is concerned with, I don't even think they happen all that often.
Part of me wishes the fucker is playing a boxing game and just slugged the wall.
I don't even think they happen too often. I'm just saying I think that we should try to catch ourselves before it even gets out of control and goes off the rails. Yeah, we go on tangents and stuff. I need to be careful too. Like, trust me, I've got the biggest mouth here. So, like, when I'm saying something about it, it means like I'm having respect for B and what he asked us to do. That's all.
Hey,
I love this. I should spend more time on YouTube. Sim says, Jules, you're such a troller, LOL. You bring up all the controversial topics and you swear like a fucking trooper. I mean, a damn trooper.
We're still on the verge of world poor trees.
You can say WW3.
I'm just saying.
Or even if you said the war, even if you just said the war, I'm sure that's not going to freaking bring up. I'm sure that's not going to be a trigger word if you just say the war.
The war over Qui-Gon's mouth.
Oh,
but if you say where it is and who's involved in it, but if you say
everybody's coming.
If you say where it is and who's involved in it, and like you mention the certain individuals' names and stuff like that, then you can put all that in general, and then just say, "Hey, go look in general. This is what I think." At least for the time being. I'm not saying do it forever. I'm just saying try to be careful.
Oh yeah. Edward Snowden warned us about this. He called it.
It's by the way, so I'm going through it. I think it's worse in Europe because Europe has to abide by like some very, very serious copyright standards. I think on YouTube. I actually think it's a lot worse than the European Union.
All right, well, whatever. Cleo told me to stop talking about it, so I'm going to listen to her and stop talking about it. But somebody was asking
what it takes. Holy crap, Cleo! Wow, hold on. Can everybody give Cleo a round of applause real quick? She figured it out. She figured out the up, down, down, left, right code.
No, she's the only one that can get me to shut up.
Good job, Cleo. Atta girl or boy or whatever.
She's the only one.
Cleo's a 62-year-old man that's kind of looks like Clive.
She is the only one that will ever be. She's the only one out of all of you that will ever be able to get me to shut up.
Oh, I know. I've tried.
I'm sure.
Well, see, Qui-Gon, I actually got you to shut up once.
We pawned you off on the other channel once.
Yeah, literally, I got you to just go unleash on them.
Yeah, but that didn't shut me up. I just went over and talked there.
Well, I mean, it got quiet over here.
It got a little too quiet, actually.
Yeah, but it's not because I shut up. It's because I left.
Well, this channel turned into us laughing at you in their channel.
Well, I'm glad you guys had fun.
So is it possible that like Cleo's actually like a fake handle of Clive's and he's just been trolling us this whole time?
Anything's possible.
Nah.
It's Cleo's third wife. I mean, Clive's third wife.
Or Elon Musk.
Hey, Cleo, I got one word for you. Yep.
Cleo's junk gets bigger every day.
I want to know her secret.
Cleo is an android. They do not have a gender.
Oh, gee. Well, anyway, I mean, still.
I can work with that.
Even if she's got virtual junk.
Okay, there's 1 hour left on this daily candle, and it's a doji. So I'm thinking that maybe we may go up on this next candle for the retest.
Wow.
If not, what? Just make another doji.
What's a doji?
Dojification.
A doji is when you spend an entire day doing nothing like we just did.
No, a doji is an indecision candle where the body of the candle forms very small, very thin and narrow. So it will have a very small body or a very thin body that typically forms somewhere near the middle of the candle. So it will have a really long wick on the top and also a really long wick on the bottom. That's your classic doji. When the candle body forms right in the middle, it's very thin. But there's also two deviations. There's what's called the dragonfly doji, which is where the body is still thin, but it forms closer to the top of the wick. So there's a shorter wick on the top and a longer wick on the bottom. And a gravestone doji. Gravestone doji is when the body forms very thin, but it forms down lower on the wick, so it's down towards the bottom of the wick, and there's a smaller wick on the bottom, but a longer wick on the top.
You forgot to.
No, not gonna say it. But your classic doji symbols is a doji in general is a symbol of indecision and price action. And so, like Expecta said, if you get a daily doji, it typically means that the price action hasn't really done much that day. So a classic doji like really represents like, you know, a real indecision. Now, a dragonfly doji is typically a little bit more bullish, even though it symbols indecision. It still tends to be on the bullish side because the long wick on the bottom means that the price was bought up further, so it bought the candle body up towards the top of the candle rather than the bottom. Now, gravestone doji means that the candle went up further, but then it was sold off, and the body was sold down to the bottom of the wick. So those typically have a bearish bias, even though they are still considered an indecision candle. But if it also has to do with where they form as well. Like if they form in the middle of the trend, the top of the trend, the bottom of the trend. So, you know, like if you get a gravestone doji at the top of the trend, you know, and then a red candle forms after it, you can assume that that's a bearish bias, and that even though it had some indecision, it slightly leaned towards the bearish side because it was sold off, and then, you know, maybe the next candle turned red. But at the bottom of the trend, if a doji forms at the bottom of the trend, you know, and say it's a dragonfly doji, then you could consider like, oh, maybe there's some indecision here, but there's a bit of a bias towards the bullish side because it was bought up from the bottom. So if the next candle turns green, that's usually a good indicator that there was some indecision, because if the trend was going down and then there was some indecision, it's having trouble deciding whether or not it wants to keep going down. So if it forms up if it forms as a dragonfly, then you can kind of you can consider that to have like a bit of more of a bullish bias, especially if a green candle forms after it, because then that could, you know, signify potential change in trend towards the upside.
There's two more types of dojis you got to go over.
All right, go for it. Just try to be factual.
No, go over it. Go for it. There's two more types of dojis.
There's really not. Those are like those are the three main forms of a doji. Those are your classic doji, then you have your gravestone doji, and your dragonfly doji. I explained all three of them and what they mean.
Then you have your long leg doji and your 4-price doji.
Yeah, long leg doji sounds right.
And the 4-price doji.
Isn't a hammer a doji?
Not according to Qui-Gon, but I've read it.
No, a hammer is not a doji. A hammer is a hammer.
Well, thank you. I learned something today.
You got your 4-price doji and your long leg doji that you forgot about.
Yeah, but those are still like kind of like the same thing. Like a long leg doji is kind of more like a dragonfly doji, just with a much longer wick on the bottom.
What about your 4-price doji?
I mean, I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard of that.
No wicks.
Never had a doji print on your face?
It's a doji with
I'm
no
sure
wick.
you have a couple times, Kwai. Come on, be honest. But not be honest AF,
We're not
just
allowed
be
to talk
honest.
about that anymore, Jules.
It's a doji! It's crypto related.
Okay, yeah.
Jeez, get off his hammer candle.
So yeah, a hammer. If you want to know what a hammer is, I mean, it's basically like a, you know, they typically form at the bottom of a trend. That's where you could consider them most bullish. And basically, it's a candle that forms where the candle body is up towards the top, and there's really no wick on the top. So the candle body might be pretty short, and it will be up at the top of the candle, and the top of the candle should really have no wick for a proper hammer. The top of the candle should have no wick on the top, but there should be a long wick on the bottom. And when they form at the bottom of the trend, it indicates that the price dropped down and then was quickly bought back up. So when the candle body closes higher up and there's just a long wick coming down, like that signifies a lot of buy pressure. And so when they happen at the bottom of a trend, a lot of people consider them like, potentially being a signal for a trend reversal to go towards the upside. But like I said, a good clear indication would be your next candle, which would be the confirmation candle. If that one then turns green, then you have that extra confirmation to enter the trade if you're trying to go long. The opposite of that would be if you were to find one at the top of a trend but it's upside down. Like, sometimes people refer to them as an inverted hammer, like depending on where they form in the trend. If they form in the middle of a trend, it could be considered an inverted hammer. But yeah, if basically it looks like a hammer, forming at the bottom of a trend with a long wick and the body is like a block at the top of it, it will look like a hammer, it will resemble a hammer. So if it's upside down and forms at the top of the trend where the candle body is, down lower, it forms down lower and there's a long wick at the top, and then it was sold off and there was sell pressure pushing the candle body itself down and it closes that way at the top of a trend, that could be indicative that there was a sell-off that happened and that it started to gain the uptrend has started to lose momentum, and it could be gaining traction towards the downside due to being sold off in that certain area. Now if you got the confirmation candle afterwards and it ends up forming red, that could be indicative of a trend change that could lead you into a trend reversal to the downside. But a hammer forming in the middle of the trend, can also be powerful. Not as powerful. In my opinion, it's not as powerful to form in the middle of a trend as it is at the bottom of a trend. Especially if you get two of them in a row. But I mean, the ones in the middle of a trend, that could that still signifies that there was a lot of buy pressure and that the candle body was bought back up, so there's more buying pressure at the bottom. And I mean, you could even have what I forgot to mention is that when it forms upside down at the top of a trend, that's actually commonly referred to as a shooting star. So even though it looks like an upside down hammer, but it's called a shooting star, is what the actual candlestick pattern that forms that way is, that's the actual name of it. So if you get in the middle of a trend, a hammer forms, then it could be extra confirmation that the uptrend is likely to continue. And if you get an inverted hammer, at the top of a trend, it's called a shooting star when it forms at the top of a trend. If it forms in the middle of a trend, it's not really a shooting star. So you could call that an inverted hammer, which I think are, don't really have too much of a bias to either side. It really kind of depends on the strength of the trend itself. So whether it happens in the middle of an uptrend or in the middle of a downtrend, I don't think it's as significant as if a hammer forms at the bottom of a trend or if a shooting star forms at the top of a trend. Those are the two most significant ones, in my opinion.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome, bud. I'm glad that you learned something. A lot of people get annoyed when I go too far in depth with explanations, but also I try to keep I try to get enough detail in there just in case there are people that are brand new that don't know anything about this type of stuff, anything about candlesticks or candlestick patterns or anything, or why they form, how they form, why they form, or where they form. So I try to give enough detail without going too far overboard.
Yeah, I can understand if you already know this, it can be boring, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And if you look in general, Measured Kev posted a diagram of them like the shooting star. A shooting star, a green one, and a red one. So like if a red one forms at the top of a trend, that's also going to have a more heavy bias than a green one forming at the top of the trend, and vice versa. Like, so if a hammer forms at the bottom, you can have a red hammer form. It's still a hammer. It just might not have as strong of a bullish bias as like a green hammer would. Because it still means that the candle body, if a red hammer forms, it still means that the candle body closed lower than where it opened. Whereas if a green hammer forms, it means that the candle body closed higher than where it opened. So that one will have more of a bullish bias, especially appearing at the bottom of the trend.
Got it.
And yeah, Measured Kev is posting some diagrams in the general chat. If you want to go check those out, that's another thing that's great about being in the Discord is like you get to be able to go in and see what people are posting. Like people post diagrams and stuff, and post educational videos and informational videos and videos about current events, and people talk and discuss in there. They post their charts, and there's a lot of great, really smart people in here that aren't actually in the voice chat. They mainly just talk in general, and they share their ideas and charts and TA and stuff within the general. So that's why it's also good to be a part of the Discord, because you will be able to see all that stuff and all of the content that we're not always able to deliver or convey through the voice chat or on the YouTube channel and Twitch. So if you want to be able to see all this stuff, might as well head on over to the Be Crypto Twitch channel and go and watch on Twitch for a while, collect your BFUDs, and once you collect enough BFUDs, you can get into the Discord. You can see all this stuff you want. You can chat with us in the general chat, and if you want, you can even get on voice and ask us questions like the gentleman before just did, and we'll do the best to answer those questions to the best of our abilities.
Well said, my friend.
Thank you. I love you, Steven.
Right back at you, my friend. My brother.
Thanks. And where's Trago? I love Trago too.
It's a heck of a community in here.
Trago. As soon as I mentioned him, he said something in chat. I can't say I necessarily disagree, but I do enjoy trying to help people. I think the more traders that actually have a good idea as to how the market works, the better, because then ultimately the market will mature much quicker and in a much more organic way. When there's more traders that are involved in the market, more market participants that have a clear idea as to how the market moves and why, and when would be a good trade and when would not be a good trade. I think that if the more and more people that get on board with the fundamentals aspects of trading, like the better it will be for the market, because the market will mature in a more positive and organic way. If you ask me, we need more human traders that know what they're doing and less computer algorithms trading for other people. Oh, someone's gonna open my... I like the idea of the market moving organically. I don't really like the idea of algorithms taking over and doing all the grunt work and doing whatever they want to with the market. I don't really like that idea. I like the idea of human beings trading off of their own intellect and their own, educated hypothesis as to where they think the price action is going to go or what it's going to do. Because trading really is a lot about psychology, market psychology. The more people that understand market psychology, I think the better off we'll all be, and the more successful everyone will be in the market as the market matures naturally.
Yeah, but if we all are as smart as each other, then no one will lose any money. No one will gain any money because we'll all be making the same trades. It doesn't make sense,
Yeah, I have to address that.
We need new people. We need dumb people to come dump their money in so we can take it. That's exactly what this is.
That's like saying you want potatoes harvested by hand instead of by machine. That makes absolutely no sense. You could not do literally trillions of trades a year by hand.
No, but I mean, you do pretty well. You and your guys, make a fair amount of trades.
I'm okay. I've been 5 decades to do it, and I have staff. No, algos are absolutely necessary to keep the liquidity.
All right, but yeah, like I agree.
On the planet, there's not enough traders on the planet.
But if all trades are algos, then what will lead to that?
It's already over 80% and growing. Speed of light's not fast enough to trading anymore.
So it will be a battle of the algos.
You're talking to someone who's brother head of IT for NASDAQ.
All right, but so let me. I agree with you guys. I do agree with you guys. That is true. Like new people need to come in, and those people, sometimes it takes certain people longer to learn than other people. And I mean, that's fine. And there's always going to be more new people that are being born that come in and take an interest in the market and stuff. And yeah, it probably always will be primarily bot trading and AI and all that stuff. I'm just saying, like, as an example, say you see a pattern that's forming. And there's a lot of people that are expecting this certain pattern to do a certain thing. And then, the 10 or 20% of traders that are actually humans placing their own trades manually, they'll expect something to go one way. But then if the computer algorithms, collectively decide that it's supposed to be going in the other direction, and then they flip the script, that's what causes actual humans to lose money rather than the computers themselves. I mean, yeah, the computers, they are programmed by humans.
Why do we care about whether people win or lose? I don't care.
Because there's a huge... It's a problem, Clive.
I'm here to make money for me. I don't care if they win or lose.
It is okay. So here's the problem. That would be okay to say if it was just 100% human organic market. But the fact that it's not means that there are some individuals that have a huge advantage over all of the rest of the population. So these people that are really rich that can afford equipment and software and programming and all kinds of stuff that nobody else can, they have a huge advantage and can take huge advantage of the market.
There isn't a field of human endeavor that somebody doesn't have a huge advantage. Play basketball. Genetically, you can't begin to compete with even the top. Anybody.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, they're not better than us because they're better traders. They're not better than us because they're better traders. They're better than us because they have better software, better programs, better indicators, better all kinds of stuff, because they can afford that kind of stuff. It's a problem, Clive, because the more and more of this that you see, the more it is going to increase the wealth gap between the extremely rich and the extremely poor.
I hope so. I really do hope so.
Why? I mean, that's not cool. You want everyone to
I don't want everyone
to look for an opportunity in the market.
For everyone to be rich. It's impossible.
Clive is a narcissist. He doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself.
You want everybody to come into the market looking for an opportunity to be scared out of the market?
I'm saying, if I have an advantage, I'm going to take advantage of it the way I can.
Okay, but the people that are even richer than you, that could be taking advantage of your money, you don't like that? You're okay with that?
Hundreds of millions of people richer than me.
But you're okay with them taking advantage of your money and playing with your money?
They do it every day. They do it every day, and I accept it, and I play the game.
Well, the game is rigged. That's the
game is not rigged. I know exactly what the game is, and I choose to play.
But you're privileged in that way.
It took me a long time to learn it. People want instant gratification and participation. They're not willing to take the time to learn, take a course in macroeconomics. That's what they're lacking, basic education.
Yeah, but that doesn't help day traders and scalpers that are trying to be in and out.
Here to help. Now you know many times I give advice, okay? Whether it's financial advice or macro. Don't take it. I'm saying a lot of this kind of cheap, but That's life, you know. And I guarantee you, you live better than 95% of people on the.
Yeah, but what's that got to do with trading?
It has to do with all of the aspects of life in general. We complain about how it's not fair, and yet we sit here better than 95% of people.
All right, man. If you want a robot deciding whether or not you win as, you sit down at a poker table and the dealer is a robot that can count cards. You know, it's programmed to count cards and make it so that you have like basically a 1 or 2% chance of winning out of 100 games you play.
Why do you think I don't play poker? I know exactly what that's saying.
And I mean, that's just with humans being the dealer. Imagine if it was a robot. That's how it is in like the trading world. Really, when you have 80% of it being operated.
Nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it, so I don't complain about it.
Well, the thing that we can do about it is trying to get more people to rely less on AI and rely more on their own skills with trading and learning how to trade and stuff like that, is what I'm saying. That's the organic nature of it, rather than just everyone programming a bot and like doing
the stock market is not an organic game. It
used to be.
Yes. We used to pick potatoes by hand. You don't do that anymore. We were a 93% agrarian society. We're less than 3% now.
Well, look, I'm not necessarily complaining either. I mean, yes, I am complaining, but it's not all bad, because even though these people that I'm complaining about that are at the top that have the biggest advantage, without them putting money into the market, I wouldn't be able to make money. So they serve their purpose either way. I'm just saying.
Yeah. You take all those guys out, you wouldn't have anything to trade. And I make this point again and again. Everyone wants to own a majority share of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin was $1, you still could own it.
Yeah, but at the same time, Clive, you take all of their nice toys, their fancy gadgets and tools away, and what are they left with? They're left to trade on their own. They're probably.
But I'll guarantee you, they're better than anyone.
But they're not going to do nearly as well as they did before. If you take all their tools away.
How are you going to do that?
We're trading with bots right now. That's what we do. We're trading against AI all day, every day, and we're still profitable. So.
And you have a ton of information that I didn't have a decade ago. I used to pay $2 million a year just in trading fees. My trading fees on $70 billion this year was less than $2,000.
Yeah, so we are trading against bots all day, every day, and we are still successful and profitable, but that's because we've learned how to do it. So if we've learned how to do it, we could teach other people how to do it, and they learn how to do it, and they become profitable doing it. Like, I mean, that's just good for everybody.
They can tell that sense.
It was about the complaint.
Because that just takes money away from me. I mean, not that I don't want other people to make money, but I think you need to know what you're doing first, because honestly, Quiet, I love you, but the way you trade is careless and reckless, and I would not want to learn from you.
Is what again? I didn't catch that.
Careless and reckless.
How am I careless and reckless?
No, she was talking to me.
No, Quiet, not Quiet.
Quiet, not Quiet.
Oh, okay. I was
careless and reckless.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not careless, believe it.
Oh, no. I don't know how
Okay. I just want to clarify, and you're welcome to criticize me at any time.
No, I'm just trying to explain your trading strategy, because you don't really have a strategy more than like fundamentals and stuff, which I don't trade off of. So, I mean,
I trade off cards. I trade off cards into day trading, absolutely.
Here's the thing, though. I may be careless and reckless, but high risk a lot of times will return a high reward if you know what you're doing or you're good enough to accomplish it.
Right. But that's not something to start with, right? You agree with that?
That's definitely not something to start with. No, definitely not.
Teaching somebody.
Not even
I don't think you have
explaining.
I ignore the patience.
That's a bad idea.
Is that a beer?
That is a beer. Please take that.
What up, a beer?
Yeah, the kind of stuff that I do definitely is not for beginners. Absolutely not. And like, really, nobody. It's not good for anybody. It's just what I've chosen to do.
It's careless and reckless.
there is a point where what you call FOMO, etc., high risk, and you've seen me post some very high risk, but on nearly a mid 8-digit account, for me, $1,000 is the most I put in a high risk. I expect to make 30 to 40% on that in about 3.5 minutes. I will not risk more than, you can do the math on that, $1,000 on a mid 8-digit account.
So our lovely friend Abir never talks. Could we please listen to him for 2 seconds while he tries to say what he wants to say?
Sure. We have to. Over.
Yeah, go ahead, Abir.
Oh, I mean, in this conversation, I think trading is like building your muscles by myself. Let's say in the gym or wherever, because if when I'm gaining a weight and muscles, whatever, I can feel every bit of it. And trading is same thing like that. If I'm following someone else trading strategies or anything, if it has been taking a year practicing for other people, so it's going to lose my money all the time. So that's not a good practice. Whatever. I'm not going to teach anybody. I'm going to learn over time. Every single day I'm going to learn until my death how to do trade.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, you should definitely learn your own way, but it is helpful. I found that it's really helpful to get other people's insight. Like, when I didn't really know where to start.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's one point to like only practicing, not like following something that I can go for like 10x even, or any other I should buy here or there based on the other, the strategy that people are following. So first of all, I have to learn for like few years at least. I think 2-3 years of learning how to trade in crypto. Then maybe I can take decision myself better. There's like almost here everybody. I can say that from the last pump or last bull market, now we are down maybe some people 20%, 50%. In personally, mine is some coin I lost like over 95%, 90%, because of like I was not good at trading because I bought it on the top. That's a stupid idea at that time. So when even after I'm trading 2 years, still 2 years of experience worth like nothing. And then when I saw this kind of a situation, then it feels me better to understand the next time if the Bitcoin is going to 100k, so I should understand that this is not the last time to buy. Bitcoin is not going to be $1 million suddenly, so I have to wait, and I have to at least see like how market moves. Then I have to invest cautiously because money is so important.
Well,
good stuff happening here, by the way.
Happy 420 from the West Coast.
Shiba is falling like crazy, by the way.
Yeah, right?
30 minutes left for Bitcoin's next daily.
Everything looks like it's going down a little bit because even Bitcoin's going down.
Yep.
And doing spot trade like feels way better because I'm at least gaining something. Feature is kind of so hard to me. Saying over and over again because in a point, let's say you are going to be right when you know how to do the basic trading, following the basic trading rules. You know how to do the trade, so at least you can gain money in the spot trading. But future is kind of like ruthless sometimes because you don't have cautious. Personally, I don't have. Sometime I lose it, so I go for higher leverage and lost. Sometimes I gain, but most of the time I do lose. So I sold at like 17.5 and wait until today. My rebuy back in was 14.15. So it made me money somehow, where I bought like more coin than I had. But if I'm doing leverage trading, then that's a different game. I tried both, but spot is like making money and feature is losing money to myself. After like doing feature trade over a year, that feels like different.
Yeah, it's definitely a different way of trading. I mean, you can make money both ways as long as you're not being greedy about it, you know?
Yeah.
Getting some price action on Bitcoin.
Come on, where's Graybeard at? He said this would not happen.
Yeah, honest, living reckless out here. Yeah, sorry, Mr. Graybeard. I didn't see your messages until now, but yeah, I put in the chat what I'm thinking for the short to midterm. Probably looking like if we don't pick up some bullish momentum soon, then we probably have a bias to the downside. Like after the daily candle close, we can see if maybe get a better idea of what the sentiment is. But as of right now, due to the lack of volume, and there's really no buy pressure, nothing indicative of a good bounce. Like a lot of us have been expecting a retest of the break in trend line or break in the falling wedge, whatever you want to call it. But I think that we need to, if we don't get some volume coming in quick to support like some momentum to the upside, then we're probably likely to keep grinding down until we go down to test some lower supports. Until we eventually hit an area of value that's actually capable of producing a bounce before we can really start to gain some upside momentum, in my opinion.
2286 is the next line of support, which we could potentially still be able to go up for a retest after that. If we don't even retest, then Bitcoin's going a lot further down than I expected. It's freaking weak if we don't even get a retest.
Yeah, Coley, if you're there, I also just wanted to say, I'm not trying to get people to copy the way that I personally trade, but if I can teach somebody something about technical analysis and they learn something from what I have to say or what I'm showing, and I'm providing value to someone in that way and it helps them, then I think that's great. Not necessarily that I want people to trade like me, just that I want people to know how to navigate the market and see, some signals that could be helpful to them in their trading strategy.
You're doing right.
To me, everything is like Dee was trying to say, lead by example. So he wants to try to curse less, so we can try to curse less. So it's to me, I don't know if I would necessarily want to be mentored by somebody that I shouldn't follow the way they trade,
Yeah, well, that's why I try not to mention my trades. When B started that whole setups channel and was going into oh, why are you entering this trade, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. I'm look, dude, I don't want to explain every trade that I make. I'm I just want to post TA. I'm when I have TA, I'll deliver TA on the air. I'm and I'll post TA in the general chat and give a visual so that everyone can see what I'm looking at. And I'll give a full analysis as to why, I think it has a bullish bias or a bearish bias, and I'll give all my reasons, all that stuff. But I'm not going to call out trades and say yeah, freaking, buy here, or even say I'm buying here, or whatever. I kind of try to stay away from that. Yeah, sometimes I mention it or whatever, but mainly what I would rather focus on is just giving TA what I see in the TA, not going into depth about the trades that I'm making, but giving TA as to what I think, where I think it's going to go, what the price action is going to do, or even just analyzing what the price action is doing at the time, what it's already done, to try to indicate to other people where it's going, and just give my opinion. And then other people, they can take my opinion and maybe look at it, consider it, and then form their own opinion as to what they think is going on, or maybe it corroborates something else that they see in their TA.
Yep, I think that's way healthier, man. Just here's a picture, here's the trend, here's the pattern, here's an arrow where I think it may go, and here's my support lines. It's up to you to read that and decipher what you want out of it, rather than me saying, okay, buy here now, take profit here, here, and here. Like, no, just here's a chart. Look at it. What do you feel?
Yeah, but when I just got here, I didn't even know how to read what you were trying to show us. So
yeah, that comes with time, man. You'll get it.
Yeah, but if we explain more,
like I learned everything I know from being in Discords. So I mean, you're starting off in the right place.
No, I agree with all of that, Kwai. I guess my thing is, if you're trying to teach TA, and you're trying to explain what you're seeing, then to me, why wouldn't you be trading what you're seeing? I don't understand how. I guess I'm just not understanding.
Well, because I do trade on my own TA, first of all. Second of all, most of the time I try to give an overview of the market sentiment in general. And I'll typically do a lot of analysis on Bitcoin. I don't trade Bitcoin, but a lot of the crypto market tends to follow Bitcoin. And if there's a specific coin that I think is going to move, or that I have a specific TA for that specific coin, then yeah, maybe sometimes I'll post it, or maybe I'll just mention it. And it's I usually am trading off of my own TA, but with the exception of Bitcoin, because I typically just buy Bitcoin. I don't really trade it. But I mean, I try to give guidelines to others as to where I think Bitcoin is going, because that could be indicative as to where the rest of the crypto market could be going, because obviously Bitcoin has a large influence on the rest of the crypto market. So that's why I kind of try to stick mainly with Bitcoin, but also if I do see something that catches my eye that stands out about another coin, I'll mention it. And then in those cases, I typically am trading off of my own TA. But I mean, TA fails sometimes too. TA fails a lot. Even if there's something that I was totally sure about, I could have overlooked something, or I could have, misunderstood something, or I could have there could have been something that I didn't consider, or even if the TA was rock solid, still just because enough of the majority of the of other market participants didn't see the same type of stuff, then it could cause the TA to fail, in one direction or another, and become invalidated. I think really more so what you're referring to is me being oh yeah, I don't use a stop loss, and yeah, I enter these risky trades, I wasn't supposed to do that, but I did it anyway, I'm such a
Yeah, I literally just bought a long on Matic because I believe that this still could continue to try to go up. Either way, I feel like there'll be some wick action on the bottom of this red rocket that I could, profit from.
I'm not trying to insinuate that I win every trade, because I definitely don't, but I do pretty well. And the thing is that I'm really trying to more so get across how to actually trying to teach people how to actually do your own technical analysis more so, and also just give them what I'm seeing, so that if there was something that maybe they overlooked, maybe that now they have a second opinion to put on top of their own TA, and then if there's someone else that talks about it, they have a third opinion, a third objective view on the matter, but I had another point to make, but I totally forget now.
I actually literally just made $100 in less than 10 seconds.
Oh, good job, man.
Yeah.
Good job.
But yeah, I don't know, Coley, there was I forget exactly what your question was, but there was another half that I wanted to address that I forget what it was.
I don't even know anymore. I mean, it wasn't even really a question.
I mean, oh yeah, that was what it was. The thing that I wanted to address. It's yeah, sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes your TA is wrong, or sometimes it gets invalidated and you have to readjust and everything. But I think what is powerful about me pointing out my own flaws, so say you just said oh, you trade recklessly, blah blah blah. It's yeah, maybe I do, but it's if those flaws within my own trading strategy are pointed out, then that's also powerful, because I can teach people what not to do as well at the same time. You know what I mean? If I make a mistake, it's I can point it out and be oh yeah, guys, don't do this, because this was a dumb move. and like, you know, it costs me a lot of money or a lot of time or a lot of stress or like, you know, whatever else. So like, just don't do it. Like, I made the mistake so that you don't have to, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's all my point was, that like, to me, I would want to follow somebody who is leading by example. And if I'm not seeing that from somebody, I'm not necessarily going to feel comfortable learning from them.
well, have you learned anything from me? Like, I'm just curious.
Honestly, no. I haven't tried to either, though. Like, I don't really follow. I don't know how you trade. I don't know what your strategy is.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about trading. I'm talking about technical analysis. Have you learned anything from me about technical analysis?
No.
Get wrecked.
Damn, man. Well,
I'm just being honest. I'm sorry, but no.
well, geez, then you really don't try.
Because sometimes, honestly, I'm sorry, Quai, but you go on and on and on, and I get bored, and I get sidetracked, and I just don't. And or you're already explaining something that I've already learned from somebody else, you know?
Yeah, I find that a lot. I end up, you know. But then again, like, dude, we're all like the OGs, dude. Like, we're the ones that are surviving the bear market. Like, we're not. We know most of the things that we talk about on a daily basis. Like,
well, as far as like it's like trying to listen to people, learn from somebody about how they trade. Like Kevin General said it perfectly. He said like following other people is no bueno. Like you should have your own strategy. And hey, like yeah, maybe you have learned nothing from me, but maybe you learned some other stuff that was you know important and beneficial to you, and you developed your own strategy. And if it works for you, that's great. Like don't fix what's not broken.
Qui-Gon, I got one for you. Have you learned anything from me?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, maybe not from you, but oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that I've learned stuff from him too.
Oh, that's good. But
That's good.
not like you know, not from you directly, by the way, because I don't know, because you were not coming often before here a few weeks, let's say for a month, so I haven't chance to like watch your chart or anything. Cause this is the main reason, maybe. But I have learned a
The
lot
main
from
reason
this
that you don't
community.
get to watch my chart is I'm driving
So-
most of the time on my phone. So
Okay, so this is the reason, like, yeah, there is an advantage of like teaching people when you know what you're doing, and if there is a like valid reasons to like follow those strategies, so people can learn from you, obviously. And this is a good things to like have a interest to teaching people. That's really good stuff that you point out, and definitely people gonna learn a lot, because I learned from Jolt, B, a Proto, Lucrative, TD, and even Turbo. So the other people as well, maybe I forgot some of the name instantly, but I have learned a lot from this community. And let's say I can even say that how much even I have learned about the trading, at least 70% from this community and 30% from the other, like let's say from the search on Google and other videos and articles, etc. But 70% of my knowledge in trading in this community, and the time I'm being here over like 2 years. So
yeah, I agree with that a lot. Like, I think I have learned most from B, Cleo, and just honestly everybody in like the collective of like videos and things that people have shared that have helped them. You know, like Jules has helped a lot. CD. There's like a lot of people that have posted videos that I've watched, and that's probably where I've learned the most.
Yeah, so there's a value.
The group collectively contributing, though, I'm sure is helpful to everybody. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
But hey, I mean, if I'm that boring and you know my TA sucks that bad, I don't really have to waste the time doing it if nobody's gonna actually benefit from it.
I don't think anybody said that. I did not say that. I just said I already knew it by the time you had told me. I had already learned it from somebody else. So no, I'm sorry, I didn't learn anything specifically only from you.
I'm just fucking with you, Coley.
Dude, it's better than dead air. I'm good with it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't care if any of you guys, like, you guys are all kind of really know what you're doing anyway. Like, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. Like, I don't, I know that whatever I'm saying, yeah, it might be helpful to some people. When I give TA, like I try to point things out, like so that other people can see it and be like, hey, yo, just take a look at this and check it out. Like you might be able to make a trade off of this, but I don't try to entice people into taking trades or taking the same trades that I do. But I mean, even if I know that maybe a lot of you maybe have learned very little from me because you had already known the stuff that I'm talking about. But even if there's just like a few people or just one person that can benefit or learn something from me, like talking about or explaining something or posting something or posting TA, like I mean, I don't know. I try to think that I try to help people. That's all. I just try to help people. And if there's people out there that actually gain something and benefit from, you know, the stuff that I say or post, then, you know, I feel good about that. But
you're fine, man. Just take breaks every now and then.
I think people learned a lot from you and the other people as well. So that's a good stuff, honestly. Like teaching people about what we know. That's the best thing I can say.
Just take breaks every now and then. That's all.
Yeah.
That's the only issue I have.
I try to. What up, TD?
Quai, I would say for sure you are a net positive for the channel and the community.
Thank you, brother.
Your ramblings and your redundancies and your charm. You're just so cute.
Oh, you're gonna make me blush, TD.
Sexy TA.
Piss everybody off. I'm just curious.
You make me blush, TD.
I love you, TD.
Thank you, brother.
Hey,
I appreciate that. Yeah,
TD.
I love you.
I love you.
I love TD more than you do.
Hey, if I helped anybody, or do I just piss everybody off?
Expectus, you were the first one to get love.
This is your chance. This is your chance to let me know.
You posted some TA that I thought was dead on, and I think I said something about it yesterday.
Okay. Well,
I think it's a healthy mix of both in your case, Expectus.
But Expectus, you were the first one that I told you that I loved you.
Dude, you don't even understand, bro. I mean, dude, I'm wet right now for you.
See, that's even better. I got him all worked up into a lather, see?
I know, you think wet ones is wet? Nah.
Yeah, and I mean,
it's 105 degrees in California. He's got swamp ass, is what he's trying to tell me.
Yeah,
for you.
Your TA and the information you deliver and all that stuff, like I'm sure a lot of people learn a lot of stuff from that. But like as far as pissing people off goes, I think it just has to do with like your personality and your like you gotta have a bit of an abrasive personality at times. Like sometimes you're really chill, and then like you know sometimes you kind of like get like really get your attitude, you know, gets.
Here's one thing I do want
sort
to
of
say.
really negative, and that's what I think pisses people off.
There seems to be a funny movement in general of people that want to counter trade me, and just curious.
So what?
I think it's more a joke than anything. I don't think anybody like really counter trades anybody.
Yeah, seriously, man, it's a joke.
I counter trade Claude.
How did this dip just treat you? Just curious. Because to counter trade me would have been to trade against that.
Quiet.
Well, you know I don't trade for those, so sorry.
$675 in 2 5-minute candle.
Oh, TD, you got some roboting going on, brother.
It would be really nice, Kwai, if you would share your screen like Turbo, Expectus, and actually show us, you know, some of the things you're training us on. That would be great.
He's on an iPad is a problem, I think.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem is that the iPad is kind of a struggle to be able to do that. But like once I get a better computer set up, I definitely plan on doing that more often. And I might not have as much time on my hands coming up, but like I'm going to try to make an effort to, you know, be able to broadcast my screen more often and be able to like talk and actually deliver TA more often, like as I'm going, at least while I'm in the channel, at least while I'm in the chat. Yeah. So I will. Yeah.
Help a lot.
Yeah, I'll definitely make an effort
Especially
to try to
understanding, you know, where you're coming from, because like I understand you have a lot of knowledge and you talk a lot, but sometimes, you know, you get lost in the conversation. So if we do it more practically, then I think a lot of us can get a lot out of it.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. That's constructive. I will make an effort to try to improve on that part of it. So thank you.
Where's Gigi today? Asked Juan Diego Santos. Where's Gigi? 24 minutes to close.
I'm here.
Oh, they're asking
More
you
like 18 minutes, isn't it?
Well, it's
Not a girl.
from way back.
Thank you, though. Appreciate it.
She was probably just waiting for me to stop talking, which I never do.
Just a hunch. This next daily candle may be a green one.
I've done 5,000 trades today. The smallest time frame I trade on is 5 years, says Nightbot.
Just a hunch, by the way.
I let robots trade for myself because I am emotional and I can't sleep well. And I can sleep well, says RB.
Expectus, Mr. Graybeard is asking you in general how you think.
How do I think it's going to be a green candle?
How do you see this move playing out? He said.
I see maybe we get a green candle on the daily here. We get our push up to our retest, and then the next area of decision is at the retest. So either the retest fails and we see some real dippage, unlike anything we've seen in a while, or we break back up into the wedge and eventually teeter out and fall out the end of it. That's how I see it playing out.
Super Chad from Be Crypto Live for $1.99. Thanks for sticking around, YouTube and Discordians.
The other option, which I don't want to discredit either, is that this next daily candle opens red and just dumps.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna dump Monday though. I think we're gonna have a green weekend for some reason. That's just what I'm saying.
Yeah, we need a on Matic, which is what I just bought. We're forming a doji at the bottom of that candle. A green doji.
So we're either going a little up and then down, a little more up and then down, or just down.
Or maybe we're just going to keep going.
My charts from yesterday tell the story the way I see it. If you can't find them, just search for my posts. Just go from user in the search bar in Discord.
Expectus, Mr. Graybeard said, green candle, question mark? What kind, question mark? Daily, intraday? What is a green candle?
Daily is about 10 minutes.
Daily.
15 to the daily candle also.
Juan Diego Santos says, have a 3-hour SHIB trading contest live, and the loser has to get a Be Crypto Live tattoo at OG Shop. Tattoo shop.
Are we allowed to short it?
Sure.
That would be awesome.
We have Clive predicting there will be a green candle in the next hour on the minute chart. Thank you, Clive.
A green candle, a green 1 minute candle on the next hour.
That's right. In the next hour on the 1 minute chart.
Well,
I didn't know we had profit in here.
Thanks to Chewbacca, the loser of that competition actually wouldn't be too bad off. The new logo's pretty sick.
Right? I would get that tattooed.
Yeah, really.
Steen says I sound like a WWE wrestler. Radio.
Clive called it. Good job, Clive.
I can see that, OG.
The Big Bear sounds like a Hulkamania? Or a WWE wrestler?
Whoa, big time prediction from Mr. Graybeard. There will be at least one green candle in the next 24 hours. Thank you, Mr. Graybeard.
Whoa.
I'm all in.
That's a risky prediction, man. You sure about that? You might be wrong about
I'd like
that
to see the chart on that.
I gotta look up who Alex Jones is. Thanks. Here. Pixel.
Pretty sure all those comments are designed to pick on me.
I'm pretty sure too.
I'm pretty sure they're all just to add comedy.
Yeah, I think it's really. I think it's just comic relief, like as like in terms of like TA, how reliable it really is, and how like predictions are kind of like stupid at times.
The Frog's gay guy? Jeez.
He's in trouble mode.
There are certain things that generally do happen, though. For instance, a break of your trend, you break of your uptrend, will inevitably start a downtrend.
Not every time, but
Not every time, but high chances, very high chances.
yeah, there's a higher probability of a downtrend
Now,
beginning.
if it's a pattern like a rising wedge that breaks to the downside, there's even more of a chance of downtrend from there.
Yeah, but that's really more or less based on how many people agree with what's happening. You know?
Yeah.
If the majority of market participants see that and they say, "Oh crap, this is bearish, it's going to start trending down," and they sell, then that's going to be what starts the downtrend.
Yeah, we already know that a majority of the market was already like looking at lower price targets, like 15K, 10K. I personally am looking at 13K.
Well, I mean, I can always.
Let's just assume that whales are whales for a reason, and maybe they have a very good understanding of this 4-year cycle that I've been looking at.
Yeah, I mean, you got a point there. Yeah, maybe they do. Actually, there's probably a strong probability of that. Well, I think they didn't just become whales just by sitting around. I think they accumulate coins down low, and then when they get up higher, they distribute them and then buy the dips. And at the very top, wherever it's kind of a consensus that we're hitting a top, they probably sell the majority of their position. And then they probably, I don't know, if I had to guess, I'd say that they might buy back smaller portions on the dips on the way down. And then because they anticipate a bounce, that could be profitable. But then they ultimately just sell off the top of the next rally that, ends up ultimately bringing it down further. So I think that they end up inevitably having to buy coins sometimes just to be able to drive the price down to the price that they want, where they can then accumulate more. So there is like an element of manipulation to it, but each and every bounce can be profitable to all market participants if they play it correctly. Not all market participants, but a lot of market participants. No bounce or play can be beneficial for 100% of market participants. That's just not the way it works. If that was the way it worked, then the market would just go up forever, it would never go down. But yeah, the thing about trends and stuff, all that, yeah, that is like sort of organic price action. That's indicative of like, a trend change or whatever, and that type of stuff you want to be able to spot. However, there are so many things that could just throw a wrench into that plan and invalidate the TA, like on the flip of a dime. Like we get good news, like if it looks bearish, we get good news, all of a sudden we skyrocket. If it looks really bullish, we get bad news, all of a sudden we drop. Like it doesn't matter what pattern it's forming. If the majority of market participants either get overly bullish about something, then the market's going to go up. As long as they put their money where their mouth is, like as long as they say, "Oh, this looks really bullish, I'm going to buy," the more and more people that do that can invalidate bearish TA. But the same can be said about bullish TA, where it's like if something looks really bullish, but then the majority of market participants decide like, oh, I don't want to be involved in this. Like, it doesn't matter if it looks bullish. I have a bad feeling. I don't want to be involved in it, so I'm out. I'm going to sell. If the majority of market participants feel that way, it's going to fall. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what kind of pattern it's forming. It's going to fall if people sell. You know.
Hey, Qui-Gon.
Yep.
Do you remember? Have you ever seen an old TV show called Alf?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why. You just reminded me of that.
That's weird.
You need ecstasy today, Jules?
What's that?
Did you eat some ecstasy today?
No, not at all. I'm just like, I feel like I am in an interesting mood, and I don't know why. Like I'm in the mood to have a little fun.
It's because I told you I love you.
A little weed though.
I own a Alf tampon.
You have Elf tampons? Is that what you said?
Those two. No,
I knew Alf. I knew Alf before he came to the planet. Okay, here's a trivia question for you. What was Alf's favorite food?
Cat.
Yeah, a cat.
He traded too.
It's a cat.
Is this guy? It's a cat.
He traded.
Is this guy legitimately sitting in a bathtub full of mashed potatoes? What is that? Do you guys see that thing in general?
Yeah, that's yeah, what's his name?
Markiplier.
Markiplier. I hate that guy's voice. The kids listen to it all the time.
Why is he sitting in a bathtub full of mashed potatoes?
Because he can. He's like one of the top YouTubers in the world.
Okay then.
Talk about you.
Why? Because idiots like us will watch it.
Idiots is a strong word. Degens is the one we like to use. 5 minutes to Daily Candle. Oh my god, the SpaghettiOs. Oh.
He's got underwear.
Do you buy those canned?
A lot of cans. They're not Cheerios? That's good for your heart. They're definitely SpaghettiOs. They're huge SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, they're not like the ones I remember from many, many, many years ago.
They're like Spaghetti Zeros.
She's missing the meatballs.
How'd they get that out? Oh, we can't watch it anymore. So you say.
Seeing some buy pressure on the bottom of the daily as it's getting ready to close.
There's your daily candle close for Thursday, August 18th.
We open green so far.
You called it. Good job.
It is way too early to say that. See?
Hello. Holy shnikes, it's hot.
Hey, Topper, is your mic open? Or are you trying to talk?
Yeah, hot like your mic.
Oh, shit, it's still on?
Yeah.
Again, good thing I wasn't lip syncing to Britney.
Too bad you weren't.
Yeah, I don't know what happened lately. All of a sudden it updates, and then now I'm hot mic'd every time I get on here.
Yeah, I recommend using the mute thing because it's been doing it to everyone on the phone.
Bitcoin isn't looking particularly good. I was expecting it to come up for a retest already by now. Like it didn't even really make it halfway up there. Kind of got rejected by this other angular resistance that I have from further back.
I hear bear market rally over.
Like an upward sloping trend line that's become angular resistance. So I mean, it kind of got rejected by that and is now fallen below the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. Now, like, I do have it approaching, like, the level of support. Like, I mean, 22.9, we've built a decent amount of support there. But I really kind of have a measured move that brings us down further to, test the top of this range at 22.5. But yeah, we have built support at 22.9, so there might be a reaction there. If not, maybe 22.5. If it falls below there, I think it's going to take longer than just tonight. But, I mean, it's really kind of looking like it has a bearish bias at the moment. Like it needs to go test some lower levels of support before we find like the true area of value and like, hit a spot where there's enough buy pressure to make it actually bounce. I'd say until then, like it has a bearish bias to continue trending down. There's also just kind of a lack of volume right now, it seems like. But the volume that is present is people selling and being like, well, this crap ain't going up. So at the moment, this isn't going up, so I'm just going to sell and then wait for a time, like a new, better entry where it does look like it's going to start going up. But if that was supposed to be the bearish retest, then it failed to even really complete the retest. So if it doesn't bounce at some point tonight or like within the next couple of days, then I don't even think we're going to get that bearish retest, and we might just be seeing lower numbers more consistently for the next couple of days, if not the next week or so.
If we don't even get the retest, we're probably going to go to new lows.
I mean, if it is going to like 21,800, it's normal. I think it's the lower band of the trend line. So I think if it is even going that low, that's fine. And then it will turn back up again.
It's generally not how this pattern plays out, bro.
What was that number?
I mean, 21,800 is the lower band of the trend line. So if it is even going there, I wouldn't be surprised. And the stochastic RSI weekly is on the top, turning back down. And daily is like so close to like and the turning back up again. So before that, it will bleed. I think some. After that, it will go up again, and then it will come down again until it is reaching like 21,800, something like that, in the next few days, I think.
21.8? Like within the next couple of days?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that as a possibility, but then I think it would take longer to come back up. Do you think like a bounce, you would see a bounce there at 21.8? Because like, I mean, yeah, I've got a line here for 21.7, but I think if we go there, then we're bound to go down to 20,500 at that point to retest the middle of the range we were in, as well as the 0.618 fib that I have drawn from 17K. So like from 17K to here, from 17K to the previous local high that we just made, if you draw a fib from there, then it ends up being the 0.618 fib at 20,500, which is also an upward sloping trend line that it did adhere to while it was down in that price range, and it has three taps on it already.
And if it's bullish, it should not like go down that much. 21,800. I think it will turn up again before 21,800. But I'm not thinking right now like going to 21,800. I'm saying like a few days. And I'm thinking Ethereum is falling down more than BTC right now. But most probably today I can see 22, 700, 800, and then it will turn back up again. We are just maybe 400. I'm not sure about this, but I think
22,650. I agree with you.
Yeah, so that number will turn back up again maybe today, next day morning. That can be the time.
I see this as a continuation of the macro downtrend we've been in.
Yeah, possibly. Daily's gonna have to push a little bit. Well, I mean, it could stay down for a few days too, but you know.
I don't think anything is really looking very bullish at the moment.
No.
I think that, I don't know. If anything has a chance, then like Dogecoin has kind of come down to to those levels that I was talking about earlier in the TA that I put in general. So it's come down to those levels, but there's not like been a bounce yet. So I don't know. I don't want to be too overly optimistic about it because it could end up losing these levels because it ended up dropping a little earlier than I thought it would too. But I think it's mainly just because Bitcoin is kind of breaking it down a little bit. So I don't know. But if it could hold and if Dogecoin can hold and maintain these levels around here, like the 7.5 area, then I think it has a good chance of making a bullish move if it picks up some momentum, which like sometimes the shitcoins do that, like even when Bitcoin and Ethereum are both bearish. Still got the 0.618 below at 7.07139. But then we're kind of losing extra levels of support. Like right now we're kind of really more or less sitting on top of a trend line that I've been eyeing for, the past like week or so now, past couple of weeks. So since August 2nd, or no, hold on, when did it start this trend? It's been on this trend line since July 26th. So if it bounces off that trend line, then great. It will probably have a chance, but otherwise if it loses that trend line, then it's very likely to go follow everything else, like regardless of any fundamental reasons. I think Doge is the only thing that doesn't look terrible right now. Kind of like when you zoom out, it kind of has more of a bullish bias than almost anything else that I'm looking at the moment. I haven't really checked any of like the smaller cap coins, but there's bound to be something running. Like, there's always something running. There's always like that one thing that's running somewhere. Even if everything else is bearish.
Lots of coins running on Binance. Santos, OG, Alpine, Porto, Lazio, ATM, PSG, they're all running. I don't know what those coins are. Shit coins, I guess. GUV, ACM.
Coins.
What? That Santos coin went crazy today.
I just want to tell you how I want you. What's up, Turbo? How you been, Dor?
Just chilling. Went for a walk with my wife. Just got back.
That's my plan right now. I'm gonna take a relaxing walk.
I'm waiting for 22,650. I'm sticking by that.
That was last night's number as well.
Yeah, it's the same number. It's just we're taking so much time to get there.
It's just staying alive.
How are y'all missing 22,865? It's a pretty obvious local pivot point.
Oh, hold on. I'm not missing it. I'm just talking like bottom of the range for me. 22,650. Ah, damn.
Keep smoking.
That was just my my vape pen. Caught me off
Pass the
guard.
touchy.
If Doge ends up losing this support zone here, which it looks like it's built a lot of strong support over the past couple of weeks, honestly, to me. But I mean, if it was to lose this support zone, I could see it revisiting 6.5 cents, because if I draw a fib from like the very bottom of where it was, like at 5 cents, and then up to the 8.9 cents that it made it to, like so almost 9 cents, then the real 618 retracement would actually be at 6.5 cents. But it would kind of be a pity if it was to lose the support that it just built over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, but hey, then you won't feel bad about selling them little doji dogs you did the other week.
Yeah, that's true. I can finally buy them back. If it goes to 6.5, I'll definitely try to do everything I can to buy all my Doge back.
Baby, come back.
Buy my Doge back.
You can blame it all on Steve.
So you know what this tells me, really honestly, is on that retest, when we came back up, we almost hit that support. At 2,366. And we failed to hit that support at 2,366. Lending me to believe that there was a lot of greed when it came to picking short entries for this big move down. Maybe that's why we didn't quite get our retest, because people were so greedy and jumping into them shorts right there.
Yeah, but then what if those shorts get wrecked?
They're not getting wrecked. They're all printing right now.
Yeah, but what if people get greedy, they hold them, and all of a sudden, boom, God candle out of nowhere.
What if a piano falls out of a 7-foot and hits you right in the head?
Oh no, if the shorts get wrecked, just go get some slacks. Shit.
Spectus, are you toilet trading?
No.
What?
That was
brilliant.
Good.
Beef budget dumping. Beef budget dumping.
I don't talk about bats too much these days, but on the 15-minute, we're on the right wing down on a bat, but it's not severe. It actually gave us a higher high on the right wing. Same on the right ear. I wonder what will play out of this. So, hoping for a nice bounce. Yeah, 22.6, 22.8 area. The only reason I mentioned 22.650 expect this is because on the one no let me finish, because on July 7th we hit that as a resistance, and then we came back to retest it, fell below it ever so slightly, but then when we retested it again on August 9th, we flipped it into support. We're going to retest that, and I think it's going to go back up, but you know, I'm just crazy, I guess. Weekly's on its way down. Daily's going to have some type of reaction. Could be minimal, but yeah, we'll see, I guess. Where's your number? Expect this. You're thinking of a little swing up at 22.8 area, you're saying? When you're done wiping your ass.
I'm looking at the last two bear markets, and the fact that both of them had two 40% to 50% bear market rallies, where
And we
everybody
hit that.
was on the bottom, and then downtrend to the real bottom.
Yeah.
Bottom. So I'm thinking down from here, dude. That's why I really wanted to catch a short on that retest, because I was going to let it ride.
What if I told you you might be in the bear market for another year?
Cool. More time to accumulate.
I would tell you that that's already been on my chart. That we're not even halfway through this 2-year bear market that I called months ago.
You know, it could be longer.
So if you go down 80% on Bitcoin, but then you have a couple of bear rallies that are 30%, aren't you still playing the market really well? Like, doesn't it like
If you
really
get
not
out
matter?
between rallies, hell yeah.
Yeah. If I don't trade, if I don't trade anything at all, and all I do is stack cash until January, then I'm playing the market really well.
Wait, what?
Not financial advice, just that's what my TA shows.
But if you did, let's say, take advantage of those rallies up and succeeded, then you potentially, like B, for example, buying at 17, not the floor, the temporary floor, whatever you want to call it. He's taking advantage of this. Let's say he gets out and it drops. Then he's already banked that percentage. He's not relying on a what if. So it's, you know, it's a more direct income, I guess.
Now, if you bought 17K and you're sitting here watching all this fall back in your face, I don't think you're playing the market very well.
No, I would have gotten out already at the 25-ish mark and waited to see if we come back to retest it. Yeah, I personally would not have still been holding, but I'm not the one in the trade actually or making the money, so my say is not, you know, I'm just in the limbo, waiting in a trade.
Like honestly, this coming January should be declared a holiday. If what I think is about to happen actually happens, then you can just go ahead and call this January the 4-year dip.
Like we would dip in January? Fuck, what did they put in this thing, man?
The dip that would happen this January happens once every 4 years.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of
So it's literally out of a 4-year cycle, the absolute best time to buy. And it's also the absolute best time to throw longs in the market. And do practices like leaving runners on all your trades. Things like that. I want to reiterate the fact that I said if I'm right.
This dumbass reaches me on Marketplace. I'm selling some of my drones. So I'm selling one of them at $150, and he says to me, well, would you take $135? So I said, sure. So the idiot writes back to me, would you buy my phone for $250? I'm sitting there thinking about it. What a freaking clown. What a waste of time. But funny response, no? Would you buy my phone at $250?
He was trying to trade, so they didn't have to give you any money, but he wanted you to give him money.
Yeah.
It's like, dumbass, I'm trying to get money, not fucking pay you money.
Right.
I don't need a phone. You need a bike, or what is it? What were you trying to sell?
A drone.
A drone. You need a drone. I don't need a phone, buddy. So if you want it, $150. That's what I would.
I wouldn't even sell it to somebody like that because I'd be worried that they'd kill somebody with it. It's too dangerous.
You know what you should have said? Would you buy my drone for $250?
Right. Exactly.
After he came with the 135 and then said, "Would you buy my phone?" I'd be like, "Would you buy my drone for $250?" It's like, I'm sorry, did I put the ad up as drone, looking to exchange drone for phone? Or did I put it up looking for money? Was there some sort of confusion there?
Well, the rules are cash, you pay one. If trades, it's double.
Yeah. Right? It's like if, say for instance, if you were willing to come down to 125 or you put it up for 125, then he should be offering a $250 phone as like, you know, an equal trade.
Dude, the drone's worth like 400. They're in mint shape. It bothers me to stare at them and not use them. It really does. And I have I must have, I don't know, clones, identical drones. I had like 5 of them. And then whatever else I want to keep with higher definition cameras on them. But these race ones, man, they're a bargain at that price.
Why'd you have so many if you don't use them?
Because when I was on my team, it was a requirement. You had to have a minimum of four clones, because when you're team racing, you're racing against time, and if you smash your drone, you can just leave it there. Then you change the frequency, so you shut that one off and you instantly climb onto one of your other drones and you continue racing. So that's why. And they have to be spec, like same motors and batteries and yeah. That's the reason. Well, you're roboting. Either way, I have a passion in building them and soldering and programming them, and tuning them. So, you sell like 4 or 5 of them, you buy yourself another one, you build it. It's a hobby. It's nice.
Yeah, that makes sense. Fair enough.
My real passion used to be in remote control cars. That's what I started. I used to race them as a teen. I used to be a couple of tracks. Go race some dirt cars. It's nice. I still have a couple. I'd like to get back into it. I told my wife whatever grass we have left in the backyard, I'm gonna make myself a track. Pretty cool. It starts to get weird when you're like a 47-year-old man racing RC cars in your backyard, but who cares? It's fun.
Yeah, if you enjoy it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, and now with my balcony that I built with the patio door outside my bedroom, it's perfect, man. You have a perfect view of the track.
Right, you'd have that high platform to look down from.
Yeah, just like at the racetrack. It's exactly how you race. It would be perfect. Now, what would be even more sick is if I would put my my FPV system on one of the cars, and I would. I wouldn't really need to be on the balcony. I would just see through the car, so I could race like farther down.
Sit on a couch.
Yeah.
Call me Weird Man.
Weird Man. So the trick is like these ones are like 1/8 scale, so they're bigger. I'd probably get like 1/16 scale, so that the track looks humongous compared to the size of the car. And these days, with all these brushless motors, these little 1/16 scales can go like to 40, 50 miles an hour. It's nuts, man. It's absolutely nuts the speed these things go. I'm such a big kid, though. It's incredible. I ordered some shocks from my real car. Some coilovers, KW V1s.
Oh.
Drop that 2 inches.
Dude,
right to the
those
floor,
are
man.
freaking top of the line, dude. What'd you pay, like $5,000 for those?
They're expensive, man. Like shipped and everything. Hold on, I have the price right here. I think 30. 1 sec. They're up there, man. Like I had a little bit of I was shell shocked a little bit.
Dude, I definitely want a pair of those for my car.
So they have V1s, V2, and V3s. But my car comes with EDC, electronic dampen control. So you need to get a cancellation kit for it, because I have a button in the car that, when you put it on Sport or Sports Plus, or it'll harden the suspension. But I don't care.
Yeah, can't you program the V3 into that?
The V3s, yes, but the V3s landed $5,900. It's too much money, man. Like
those are
there's
the
gotta
ones
be a
I was
limit.
talking about. But I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if I can justify spending $5,000 just on the freaking shocks when I could get a supercharger for less than $5,000.
Yeah, exactly. The V2s are $3,250, and the V1s, which will still drop you 2 inches, which is my main thing, are, where is my bill?
Unfortunately, you can't adjust.
$2,700. Well, you can adjust the ride height, but not the damping.
No, I don't think you can even adjust the height.
Oh yeah, on the V1s, yeah, you can drop them from 0.3 to 1.9 in the front. Yeah, I have it right here, and the rear is 0.4 to 2.1 inches.
Yeah, but is that dropping it from stock height? Is it like, you know what I mean? Is that just dropping it from stock height, or does it have a range that you can drop it?
It has
like
a range.
Okay,
Coilovers,
that's cool. I thought they were not adjustable for height, for ride height, but maybe maybe they came out with some new shit.
Yeah, that would be pointless.
Have you opened the box yet?
No, I didn't get them yet. There's a 6 week wait to get them.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I mean, I was under the assumption that they didn't have the threads to be able to, screw them down.
Don't
like,
freaking scare me like that. I'm going right now on the website.
No, yeah, check it out, because I don't know if that's something that's really important to you. That might not be a feature.
But I ordered them from a best buddy of mine, and he knows it's to drop the car. So hold on.
Yeah, but you can. It will naturally drop it from stock height, from like stock ride height. But I don't know if you can adjust each individual one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Hold on, I'm pretty sure.
But one thing that is cool about them is you can actually get them upgraded so that they have like the hydraulic system in them, so that whenever like your car is going like approaching like a bump, like it will raise the car for you. But you have to get like the whole kit for it and the sensors and everything.
I saw
think that's
that.
Like an extra.
It's an
like,
airbag
thing.
on it on the top. It's like air suspension adapted to it. No.
I think they might put airbags in. I think it's like, yeah, I think they put airbags, but there's also like a hydraulic system that they need to add to it to be able to inflate and deflate the airbags. But you can like it can raise it up, like like when you're going over a curb, or like say there's like a driveway and you're riding really low, and like the driveway sort of like slants up a little bit, like it will raise the front of your car just so that like you don't bottom out.
Okay, the V1s, yes, they have a lowering range, adjustable from 1.2 to 2.3. I didn't even have the V1s, and then from 0.9 to 2.1.
Oh, that's cool. Well, yeah, that's good. That must have been a feature that they added, or I might be thinking about a different product, but I thought you couldn't adjust them.
Yeah, I definitely see the threads on it to adjust them.
And it's got the collars and everything. Like it's got 2 collars.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Yes, sir.
Well, that's good. Didn't mean to scare you. I just thought that was a.
Well, I mean,
I didn't think that was a feature.
The only scare would have been that I would have had to order like the V2s, which are $500 US more for me to get. You know what? It's just ridiculous numbers, because I'm not going to go on a track with the car. My main concern is I want to lower it, because the X-Drive comes with a wheel gap of, I mean, no joke, why you could put your hand sideways between the wheel and the fender right now. It's disgusting.
Damn.
Yeah, sideways.
Can you fit a shoe in there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, shoe, no problem. Yeah, no problem.
Oh damn, dude. Friggin', well, yeah, then it's too high.
Yeah, and the body roll on it is insane. And for the EDC to work, you have to push the car. So when you're driving normally, it just sucks.
Yeah, because it's velocity sensitive, right?
I think so. Yeah, the airbag suspension I definitely wanted to get, but problem with that is that the ride, when you want to really, it's not made for performance,
Well, dude, I'm telling you right now, you're not gonna regret it. Like you're gonna be so happy with it, because like I know that your goal was to lower the car, but I'm sure you've experienced like the discomfort of other coilovers, like a cheaper set of coilovers that are like really just for looks. Like the ride quality is shit. Like you wouldn't want to drive it on a regular road. Like you really wouldn't want to drive it anywhere other than the track. Like if you're gonna put those kind of coilovers on, but the kind that
you hear them clacking and everything.
It's dude, like you're bouncing around and like it's just a really rough to be riding on them. But the ones that you got, man, are apparently very comfortable. Like apparently they eat up bumps. Like it's still
That's exactly what he told me, my buddy Karim. He told me the same thing. He says, "Jay, don't even bother, because the V1s they're set for the street. They're very aggressive, but he says the comfort on them is just amazing."
Yeah, it's still a really, like, it will lower the car, like, so you'll accomplish that, like, for looks. But then also, like, it is still very stiff, so, like, the handling will improve, like, very significantly. But without the drawback of the uncomfortable ride. So, like, it will lower it, and it will give you a stiffer ride, so your handling will be a lot better, and you won't have as much body roll. But, like, you also, like, when you go over a bump, like, you're not going to feel it. Like, it's going to eat the bumps up. Like, it's going to be, like, a really comfortable ride, but also with all the benefits of, like, the sporty feel.
What did you guys do to my precious BTC?
We dumped it. You didn't hear? The Bears are back in town.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I haven't taken a trade all week. This is just fucking...
I think I'm just going to start buying Doge on spot. Yeah, it's been rough, though, Tay. It really is.
Yeah, it's just no clean setups.
It's 22,650.
I feel like confusion is a big, like, you know, element of the bear market that a lot of people look over. Like just the straight confusion and incongruency that's presented in the charts during a bear market is like, you're so like how do I trade? What do I trade? Because like there's nothing here that's there's literally nothing here that's giving me a clear direction. Other than the trend itself, you know, that's the only real clear thing.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a good short at 24.5. I just barely missed it, and then I didn't want to chase it. But I should have chased it, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, it's not like it kind of dumped a little bit, but it's not really that bad. So, I mean, jumping into a short.
It's just, dude, this thing is so fucking weak compared to the stock market.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the SPX had the biggest rally, had one of the biggest bear market rallies. Even right now is only sitting at 0.25% negative on the day. And then Bitcoin hasn't even barely got past 25K the past, 2-3 weeks? 4 weeks? Man, it's just sad.
Yeah, it's super sad, but maybe if the S&P starts to cool down, maybe some money will come into Bitcoin and crypto. I mean, it sounds like hopium, but it is possible.
Yeah, I doubt. The minute the SPX rolls over, we're fucking getting like a 10% candle downwards, in my opinion.
That would be the more likely scenario, but
the minute it rolls over, it's going down.
But it's fun to dream. Not that it really matters as much anyway, because we can just short it, but...
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed I didn't play the stock market this past 2 weeks. I kept on waiting. I thought it was going to catch up, and it just never fucking did.
Bro, I thought...
It never frickin' did.
I thought that... I wish I had played the stock market a whole past... Like, I was in on a ton of stocks, and I sold Wicked early because I thought we were going back, I thought we were going to go back for retest, and go back for that retest, so I ended up getting out too early, and then friggin' I never saw a spot where I wanted to get back in, so I never bought all my stock back. But I would have made more money if I just stayed in stocks. But hindsight's 20/20, I guess. The important part is that I really didn't lose any money.
Wow, one of my shitcoins is actually up 2%. That's not gone down at all.
Which one?
SRK.
It's okay. You got any idea like what it does or anything, or is it just something you found?
No, I found a year ago and I bought it and I've been stuck with it for a year.
Are you in the profit on it, or?
Shit, man, I'm down like 80%, 75%. But it actually is up. It has not sold off. It didn't go down. It's actually up 2% today. So I guess if BTC starts going up, it might go up more. Something to keep an eye on, guys. What's the target price, Qui-Gon, on BTC? 22.6? Somebody said 22.6?
Yeah, someone. I think a few people mentioned 22.6. I mean, I've got a potential reaction at 22.9.
I think it was Expectus, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I was
Expectus, I
mentioning
think.
22,650. Expectus is at 22.8.
I say 22.8.
Yeah, I've got one at 22.9, and the next significant support I have after that would probably be 21.7. Unfortunately, I'm actually going somewhere, but when I get back, Z, I'll look at the chart again and try to do a more updated analysis. But it seems like the price is kind of grinding down right now.
Yeah, it's so weak. It's very weak.
Yeah, there's no. It's kind of holding these levels, but there's no real bounce. So unless it starts to gain some momentum to the upside, like through like some slow, steady growth, then it's probably going to continue down. Like it's probably going to get sold off, continue down, and then like it's going to probably search for a bounce. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna sell off until it finds that area where there's a lot of buy pressure, and like it's going to search for that bounce there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking just because of the lack of volume, we need some more volume and interest if we wanted to make a move from here. But otherwise, I see it going to those lower levels to try to find a bounce somewhere.
Futures are red too.
Yeah, I think the stock market, the sentiment is kind of switching to like overbought. Like let's sell this rally type of territory. Like that's how I see it. So, I mean, there's two potential scenarios. Like crypto could see some action in the wake of stock market sell off because those profits could be taken and put into the crypto market. But really, what's more likely is kind of what Tay was talking about. How if the stock market rolls over, then crypto is likely to just dump because it is still high risk and it's not returning the same rewards that people are looking for or that they've gotten used to over the past couple of years.
Or just this run right now,
Yeah.
Like usually we outperform. It's been the second half tail end of this bear market rally where it's really showing weakness against its counterpart being the stock market.
Yeah, and it's becoming more easier to short. Like, you know what I mean? Like the stock market is it's been easier to long over the past month, and now like it's getting to a point where like crypto, I think people are going to start seeing crypto as like an easier. It's going to be easier to short than it is to long. Like, which could make it a target for shorts. Even if people don't want to short anything in the stock market because they feel like it's still too strong at the moment, like they'll be like, oh, well, you know, that crypto kind of sucks right now. Let's just go short that. At least we'll get the supply. I want all the Bitcoin. And Michael Saylor is going to be panic selling his Bitcoin into my wallet. Can't believe Elon, dude. Well, I'm sure Elon still has a ton of Bitcoin, but Tesla, they dropped everything. Just wasn't good to have it on the company's balance sheet, I guess, at the end of the day, but Elon himself probably still has plenty of Bitcoin. It was a good investment for about a year.
crazy fool. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good morning. Good morning. That was good. 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 Did anybody have any trades that were just wonderful? Or did anybody have any trades that were just terrible today? Both. What?
Both. I've had some good ones and some bad ones. It's been a shitty day, so I'm trying not to trade too much.
In the market or in life?
Mainly in the market.
Okay. It has.
There's no volume.
There wasn't. Maybe it's just sleeping.
I bought some AMC just in case that thing with 8 pans out, but
not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be careful with it in any case, though.
You know they say you can't go home. You're always getting into. You're always buying. You know what I mean? Like you do spread yourself around. It's good. It's good. Because you're not sticking to all of them. You know what I'm saying? I dig the way
You gotta diversify.
See?
Oh, I'm about to lose reception.
Woo! Look at that trade, crazy fool. That's nice, man. I'm clapping with my feet and my hands. No! Nah, I can't make my ass cheeks clap. I can't.
In the back.
I guess I've never tried. Don't knock it until you fried it. Spam. Hello, everyone. Good evening, B. How you doing, man?
Good. I just wanted to hop in real quick to make a quick comment. A lot of coins are at their bottoms on the 15-minute, hourly, 4-hour, and daily linear regressions. So, and their statistics are set at the bottom. So, extremely oversold on a lot of the stochastics. So, a lot of them are approaching order blocks. So, I think now would be a good time to enter on a lot of coins. No financial advice, but yeah.
I'm all in.
That's what's up, dude. I appreciate that.
Finding a range within here.
Hell yeah, I'm already in.
Good job. I tried one entry and it got stopped out. I'm gonna try snooping a bottom when I can, but. Alright, see you.
Something weirdly magic about you. Whenever you come in and say stuff like that, like at least 1 or 2 out of 3 times, like the market just starts to go up instantly.
Yeah, bye. Sing the Solana song for me.
I love you, B.
So we're going.
How the Solana song goes.
Solana.
B thing's long. It could be a short term long from some of these levels. I'm almost sure it's based off of linear regression and Bollinger Bands. Not to say that we're going to get a huge pump, but we could go back for like a bearish retest. Or there could be some other charts that are just, looking bullish on their own that don't have any bearish pattern. It's a rising wedge. Ethereum essentially fell off a rising wedge. But then you look at something like Doge. There ain't no rising wedge on Doge. There's probably a bunch of altcoins that don't have any bearish patterns, that haven't printed any bearish patterns. But it probably is not a good idea to just jump into like a bunch of shit coins right now.
Good news and bad news. Or good news, not ideal news.
Let's see.
To the question, to Steven's question. So I waited all afternoon, just waiting for a breakdown out of this rising wedge I was tracking on Ethereum, right on like this, 15, 5 minute, small time frames. What it was working its way back up. And while I was at work, which I'm trying to not do, but I was tracking it, and then I started to see some weakness. And then KuCoin glitched out at me at work. I disconnected. I couldn't log back in, whatever. And I'm like, fuck. So I left work and drove home. It's like a 35-minute drive or something like that. And I got back home, and the move hadn't broken down. So I scoped it, grabbed a scalp short on Ethereum down. And it was fucking fantastic. Just perfect timing. Broke out of the wedge. Broke out of this higher time frame, line I was looking at, and took profit at this doji on the 5-minute chart. A little bit of an upside, inverse dragonfly kind of a thing. And
hell yeah, man, good job.
Yeah, thanks. So then I was prepared to take, for a little bounce there. That's why I exited the short. I didn't know how high it was going to go, and it took a very minimal bounce. Which I was stoked to see. Okay, cool. Maybe if it bounces higher here, I'm glad I got out. And then, of course, it did make its second wave down that I missed because I got in this big fucking conversation about childcare because COVID's still a thing, apparently. Oh, shit, sorry. The 19 thing, I don't know what word I can say to reference it that makes it obvious.
No more swearing, fuckface.
Just like, you can say virus, and I think we're also allowed to say pandemic.
I'll do what I want. Oh, yeah. There's still some effect of the pandemic, especially in my area, relative to childcare. That's just been a major pain in the ass. And so I got stuck in this conversation with my wife about it, and I missed the fucking entry on sweeping that low. So I'm good at that.
You can talk about COVID as long as you mention that it was made in a lab in Wuhan, China, and that Microsoft is creating an RF chip to stick in your arms.
Come on, Joel.
And know that sarcasm is just sarcasm.
Sarcasm with a bet.
Does AI, does it detect sarcasm?
Well, Carlbot definitely does, but I don't know about the YouTube.
Who is that Carlbot thing? That thing's funny.
He's a robot. He's an AI bot, but he's been freaking hilarious.
I don't believe that shit. There's no way.
I think Expectus might have tampered with him.
What? I'm afraid then to have Expectus in this because he can do that. Then he can.
There's ways to get it upgraded so that he's more interactive with the chat.
Okay, I'm just gonna stay out of trying to understand it.
Just how he told me to fuck off earlier. I was like, dude, come on, man. I was giving you props. He was like, I was like talking him up, and I was like, oh, dude, Carbot's killing it today, man. I said I'm only gonna take calls from him from now on. And then he responded back and was like, F off, Quay. Like, he actually called me Quay.
It's him. It's him. Mommy, look, it's him.
So yeah, anyway, TD, did you ever end up concluding your story, or?
Oh yeah, dude, we suck.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. One good one and one entry I missed that would have played out nice, but I had greater priorities with tits.
Ooh. Well, you still won.
So you're not gonna not do that. But I would everybody pay attention in this situation now that big wedge has broken, and we're kind of trading under the bottom side of it, looking for bullish setups to fail. Bullish setups are going to present themselves possibly and potentially fail as they're set up to present exit liquidity for people moving big positions for a potential move down. So if you start to see that pattern developing, where bearish stuff plays out and more bullish setups emerge, kind of disproportionately than the last couple weeks, that they could be staging exit liquidity moves to be able to exit bigger positions to be able to allow that move to be able to continue to come down.
Wait, so what are you saying? There's going to be people buying just to move coins and stuff, and then like reposition?
In this case of a big move coming down, when you're looking for projections like this, you'll look for that are ultimately fail. So when we're looking at like flag patterns and triangles and those kind of things, that you're looking what you can see is a disproportionate amount of false breaks to the upside that create really good volume candles, or you're looking for really good volume candles where volume spikes on lower time frames but price doesn't go up very high, and those are good kind of indicators of bigger money at using those setups as exit liquidity. So a little bit of manipulation can happen in some of these interim positions to try to see if the down is going to continue, and or making entrances, bigger short positions to play the longer term plays that create that kind of feign or some fake buy pressure as you're grabbing shares to be able to short.
Right. Yeah, I totally get you. Like, some fake outs could definitely be underway. Yeah, it's a great point, man. Thank you for bringing that up, because I definitely, and the whole thing about the volume too, like the false volume almost, is definitely a good thing to take note of, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on it myself. So thank you.
Sum that sentence up, duly noted, and I like what you say. I'm gonna call you Bullseye. Too lazy to scroll my thumb. I'm kidding, brother.
I had to stay in my car and like sitting in like just exact position, just to have enough reception to hear that.
So quiet, God, about that Doji stamp on your face. Who gave it to you?
Dude, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what that means.
You don't see it?
No.
Out of everybody, you would be the first one to bring it up.
I don't know what a doji stamp is. I know what a mushroom stamp is.
I've never heard of a Doji stamp.
No, I have no clue. I just came in on that thinking that you might not know, so.
He said somebody whipped it out and stamped him on the face with it.
It doesn't, man, I don't know. I'm not gifted, so I don't have enough.
He said it was a big doji too.
Must have been a long wick.
Start it, guys.
That's right. You're listening to Qui-Gon's Secrets About Qui-Gon. And Ask Me Anything, brought to you by B Crypto Live. All right, who's got a question for Qui-Gon and his personal sex life?
When's
my
the-
god. I really
When's the
can't
last
get into
time
that for
purposefully tried to get a YouTube channel, no money.
I really can't get into that topic for professional reasons.
Don't worry,
well-
Qui-Gon. No one knows who you are.
About a week and a half ago, I met a beautiful, beautiful Dutch girl named Eva, and after the wedding, we had a good night, and in the morning, I had croissants. She made a spread, cheese, meats, and a little dessert. You know what I mean? So that was the last time. But are you talking about sex?
And that was the first time you had met her, was at the wedding?
I met her briefly. The first time I might have gone over there. Yeah, it was for King's Day Fest.
Man, that's a great story. Your cousin, right? She was your cousin?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, you're hitting all the buttons.
So for the record, real quick, well, because I'm about to grill chicken, so I don't want to get too caught up. But if looking at the hourly chart, what took 32 hours to build in an upward direction was wiped away in 2 hours and 15 minutes in the last 3 candles on the hourly chart. So that's the important things to be paying attention to. Over.
Yeah, go cuck yourself.
Well, it's more like the metaphor for you, Jules, because it took all that time for this channel to build up, some money, and then you come in here, and then with, let's say, minutes, so we can refer that to hours, just fix it up.
Thanks.
That was shit. The bot needs to say sarcasm.
Sarcasm bot.
There it is. Hey, look, I'm showing.
Get wrecked, everybody. Just kidding.
So the last time you had sex was very shortly ago because I can hear it in your voice. Probably didn't hear that, but I'll just start singing. So open up your heart and say a little prayer for her.
Name their household objects.
Printer's
Printer's name. Trash can's name was R2D2. my sound effects, so I got to do them all manually now.
Ooh, that was nice, dude.
That was very good. That was very good.
Yeah, I turned off my soundboard. I'm turning it in.
I'll take it.
I'm hanging up my it's not a hat, but
hanging my boots. Putting down my gun.
Doing damage on my computer. It was affecting my personal life.
Oh, underage.
Are you drunk?
No, underage.
No, just high.
On what? Jesus.
Oh, was I? Or me now?
I mean, I'm going to allegedly get high too then.
No, it was it's Blue Dream. I'm a fan of the Stizzies. I talk about them every once in a while. Those things are good little vape pack things.
You're fucking on the couch right now, aren't you? As deep in it as you can get.
No, I am not couch. Like, I actually built myself a stand-up desk that I do most of my work at.
All right. Well, there's this company, Veridesk. You don't even have to build the shit.
Yeah, but I like to do everything myself, man. I'm just kind of a freak like that.
Yeah, I do understand.
Dude, I had a couple employees request Veridesk. Also, Uplift is a good one.
Crazy Fool is killing it right now.
You crazy fool. Oh man, I can do that better, damn it. That's a great song.
Great song.
Stop it, Crazy. Seriously, keep going. Just don't stop.
Is he still shorting?
He's doing something very, very good, and he's not making a mistake. Fuck in a bucket. Hey.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's shorting.
Stop making money.
Yeah, that's some good ways to go right there.
Strings, my man.
What up, man?
Attaboy, Crazy.
Had a beautiful day. Yourself?
It's been a beautiful day over here too. Got a little bit of rain, so it cooled things down a little bit. I'm in Texas, so it's been 100 degrees for a while, so it's nice to have 80 degree